walked away with so many two pieces. I just refuse to believe he has 8. So that's got to be Teach is what's going on. Whatever's happening on the map, you're back to the 50-50. It's the mid-side spawn. It's the battles for control.
Still jostling over position in mid-map. A minute to go in regulation time of our first half. Luna's again looking for anything right now. You can't play without the help of the lads. I'm still waiting for anything to go your way right now. Gwyn has slipped the net. The man on watch. Oh, absolutely saw it happen. So now a man advantage. Boston, an opportunity to press forward, try to take some control.
And frankly, just with 45 seconds left, I feel like Vancouver Surge not likely to be able to score in this round. So advantage towards Boston. But TJ has been able to take some space and get behind enemy lines, and you get device control as well. So I might just
são duas atuais, galera. Capaz não há do meu morto. Você não dá da janta, galera. E vários de vocês.
I mean, again, cast your curse on that one. I can only apologize. Boston now with the final 15 seconds to try to cook something up, make something happen, but they left a couple guys in their spawn, and they're just pushing so far past the device that nobody's going to be home, so a little bit disjointed for Breach. And anyone that can get their hands on the device gets the extra 30 seconds, but everybody too far away, tied up going into the second half.
2-2 going in. And I feel like Boston, they just wanted their captures to be a little bit too perfect. They were really waiting for, all right, we're going to get at least 1 or 2 dead. We're going to grab it. First man's going to be the blocker. He's going to be in spawn. They were just waiting for that absolute perfect conditions, and it wasn't there. Vancouver, though, willing to take some risks, willing to take a cheeky run, and a little bit of COD magic certainly got them that second capture. Good stuff going into the half. We swap sides once again. And this is it for Vancouver Surge. You've already managed to best your score in the mode. Can you get a win on the board?
And, you know, thinking of soccer or football, if you will, Miles, I know it's really important in the game mode of just who has sort of ball control or device control. It felt like Boston were in control 80% of the time in that game, but the quick caps keeping Surge alive. And if they start getting the kills to flow their way, or at least if they don't have to just fight out of their spawn the entire time, they might get
absolutely nothing unless you're willing to take chances with it. That's the word I got you, baby. It's beautiful work from Abe, the real Abe, as he gets a couple more big kills, and that's it. You've got the kills now. Tej thinking about, maybe do I go forward? Do I press? Do I wait for the boys? No one is there to get the device, so you still want to find an awkward situation where now you're playing for full control, and it's not the way you want to be playing at Surge. Get in there, get a bit scrappier. Big defensive stack up right now on the B side of the map from Boston, and they are looking good. Abe with a big opening kill, and that might be the go button.
Well, it's only one guy with the pistol, and he's going to lose it immediately. So right now you're just trying to be a nuisance, look for a couple extra kills. Nasty is doing so on the flip side, and I think Boston have secured the middle of the map. Nasty, though, does get traded. And it looks like Boston planned for the device reset over towards mid. Camille be nearby, and he's got 2 lead blockers.
He's got, he had 1. To deal with Bizo gone. A now clear as well, so back to the middle of the map. If you get another kill here, Gwyn might be trying to press for the trade. No, he backs up. Wait for the boys now through the middle of the map. Reinforcements towards B for Boston Breach. Gwyn now trying to find a sneaky route, and if he can time this right, he's going back and forward. He's trying to just bait out some moves here from Boston. They can see him through the wall momentarily. Is it enough now to make something happen? You've got a goal line attack on B that could happen, but Snoopy on a flank. This could go huge, and it will indeed. Over the top, going to clear up the next few players. That should be that, folks. The end of that play, an awkward one for Vancouver. Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, this is a mini-map from hell right now between these two teams. Difficult to get that control, but this is sort of the best look you're going to get for Boston. 2 lead blockers. Nasty pulling up the slack there with the device, and I mean, towards B we go.
We're going for it. Boston brought down to the final line with another attempt under their belt. Let's go for a quick listening with the green team.
I'm going to wrap Jen, okay?
Yeah.
One wrap before, I think. One wrap before, I think.
Nothing jump top solo. He didn't come in there.
I'm coming.
Be careful, they will left. I have donated, guys.
Top solo. I on help. I
okay, long air. Got running him in.
2, 3. I'm one shot. Be cut. Done. Stop. Okay.
Vou gravar essa meta de novo.
One shot.
One more Lunars. He's going in there.
I got him. He's in there.
Odeio quando você essa merda comigo.
Yeah, he's still in there. I have the ball. I have the ball in my house.
I have it.
Nice chamber.
I'll see A. They're top solo, Lunars. Lunars, they're top solo.
Gwen's gonna be cut. Gwen's gonna be cut.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
gonna see him in the
Which one's mid, yeah.
Gwen, dead mid. Gwen,
I'm wrapping mid, I'm wrapping mid as well.
Yeah, be cut again. He's going R-low window.
Yes.
R-low, yeah, Abe.
Okay, one's there, black box, guys, and then
Need to hit her,
Abe's
Zig.
low.
I'm gonna refinish
Yeah,
it.
A bar low in our base.
I'm out P2, I'm out P2.
Yeah,
Okay,
one
go.
shot, bro, in our window. Nice, good shit.
Nice,
Teach is there side mid. He's gonna be black box, so.
I'm gonna left hook you. Yeah, left, he's pushing He's pushing in there. Okay, Gwen. I'm working left.
long or something.
Yeah, I'm with their credit. Yeah, he's their
Yo,
credit.
Gwen's up B, okay?
Okay, one was their credit.
Yeah, be cutting me on one shot. I had to run.
I've got you long box. Go you long box.
How you
Long
go
box,
left,
Dad. It was
Nice on one
Lunars.
shot. I'm
Yo,
making
left,
credit.
fade, absolute low left.
Absolute
Nice,
left.
yeah,
I'm right, guys.
One shot.
She's gonna be mid. No, yeah, black box from my bad.
Black box in the low left. Black box in the low left.
Go left, yeah.
Let's see the left. The black box is dead. More left, right, Cammy.
They're long. He's there. They're credit.
I'm gonna go right, guys. Okay.
Long box on me weak. I'm almost low left. Missing to go left.
Yeah, yeah.
Left is one shot on me. I'm on
Yeah, he's dead.
Long box. Got me. That's it. Right, box. I'm pushing him right.
Going low left.
Just right later.
He's gonna be play kills black box.
Black box looters.
He's low circle. I'm hitting it. Yeah, I'm hitting before. I'm hitting deep right. I'm dropping right on me. Dead.
Okay, yeah, I'm wrapped this right
Black box,
here. Bro, holy fuck,
Back
everyone
and
always gets through. TG's our long
I
box,
don't
guys,
see
okay? TG's our long box.
They trying to use this right
Long box up.
Nice, holy fuck.
I think we're trying to
Waiting for you guys. Go right. Grab ball. Go right.
Okay. I'll try grab it. Come mid.
Every black box. We jumped up. We keep be S&D though.
I'm seeing back on me.
Snoopy's taken over. Snoopy is taking over. Another 1v1 win here would have been unbelievable. The goal is within reach. A quick drop. Nasty in the recovery. They've given up the B play for now. We're going back towards the middle of the map. 50 seconds on it.
Hey, Nasty has zero help, and he's stunned out as well, so device is going to be dropped. Trying to orchestrate something is Vancouver. TJ with the device in hand gets spotted on the cross in a full map spread. Lunars, awkward time to go over towards P2, but it pans off for him. They get the first 2 kills.
They've got opportunity. Go, Vancouver, run, fly, send it. 30 seconds to take the lead, and this could be the death knell, the dagger right now for Boston Breach. Purge on the last minute attempt, no good. It's a goal for Vancouver. Lead change.
And a topside spawn as well, but Vancouver are set up and ready to go, so this might be the stamp. You can win it now one of 2 ways. Boston would need a miracle to pull this one off.
They're trying. Gwyn brought down Tej still alive. The 1v1 win here would certainly help Abe over the top. They win their ones. Tej still dancing and nobody home. Purges out. It could be another goal. Why not? Snoopy gets the overtime grab, but it's not going to amount to anything. Vancouver Surge on the board.
Yeah, and just the nightmare of possession. There you go, Miles, for that game where Boston, for the most part, especially so in the first half, controlled maybe 70% of the game, but maybe trying to be a little bit too structured in their approach, looking for those perfect moments to go for the device and go for the captures. Not good enough. Vancouver Surge, every single time, it was a blink and you miss it. The moment they got those 2 kills on the sort of opening break towards the end, I mean, the cap falls in 15 seconds later. Very efficient, very speedy was Vancouver. Happy to get one on the board. It's the first map win, Miles.
So I'm saying,
done it.
man. I'm saying, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. GG's.
7 minutos, sim.
Now another hard point. Into Den we descend. I can't lie though, man. I think the perfect play from Boston was absolutely the shortcoming there. Scrappy Surge, willing to get in there, grab the rock, make a run for goal. You win your ones and it's in. You know, that's the way it goes in exposure. I think the second capture they had in the first half, the dying seconds of the game,
Quando
that
pisca,
was, for me, the big turning point. They're like, I'm just going to grab it and
faz uma outra live.
front, sure, let's figure it out. Huge work. Great individual plays across the board from nearly everyone there, but it doesn't matter if you're not getting the goals. Possession is one thing. If you are not making opportunities happen, if you are not taking chances, there is no point in having that mid-map control or even having the device in your hands. You've got to try.
Gravar de novo essa
I
merda.
apologize for getting lost in the sauce, but that first round, I don't know how consistently it was Abe or if it was him and TJ or if those 2 were just taking turns, but Abe in the kill feed in the first round, when they were busy getting spawn trapped, just endless amounts of like sort of multi-kills rolling through. So I assume very much that it was a team orchestrated effort, but they deserve a lot of credit for sort of dealing with that pressure. They showed off the goods, even map 1. Dealing with the pressure. They were down by 80, made a nice little comeback, staved off the pressure here in map number 3. I mean, this team certainly looks like they have plenty of fight in them.
Plenty of fight, and a ceiling that is ever rising right now for Vancouver Surge. Another point, man, grab that thing, move it forward, set that line now as the next engagement point. You know what I mean? When the device drops, wherever it is it over by the solar fields, is it by broken down, whatever it may be, that becomes the point we're now fighting across. That becomes the focal point for both teams. Get that bad boy up the field, and we will see a good looking game of exposure overload a little bit later on. For now, though, it's a double dose of Den. I am not a doctor, but this should should cure at least one of our team's ailments. Den Hardpoint coming up next in Search and Destroy for Game 5. If we have to go all the way, baby. Chance, how are we feeling about this? Den, another rather punishing Hardpoint map for a new squad like Surge.
It could potentially be, but a big opportunity. I feel like Den is the map, maybe at least in my mind, that sort of like plays the best, that feels the best, feels the most like that sort of like true COD, where if you're getting beat, it's because you're getting beat for the most part. And even for the evolution of the map that we've seen from the first 2 weeks till now, teams are starting to ramp it up a little bit. The rotations are, you know, sort of becoming more distant. You're able to spread the map more effectively. I know typically on like a P2 on this map, we've seen times where you have basically all 8 players inside the hill at the same time. Now we're starting to figure out the timings, figuring out exactly how far up the map you can run before you flip them out. Teams getting more used to blocking. So we've been developing. We know from the first hard point, Boston have continued to develop their game as well. 5-2 in the game mode. Surge have a very tough task ahead.
Indeed. Well, we like a tough task. Again, 30% better, 30% worse once the pressure really kicks. And Boston Breach, a squad who, by all rights, should have this one. But right now, Wheeler, the Prophet, Lisan Al-Gaib, he has seen something in the stars. Will it be a 3-1 with the overload loss? Or will the series go ever further and leave egg on all our faces, quite frankly? Snoopy, though, if he's got anything to say about it, it's probably going to end here.
Yeah, and the man to watch right off the opening break as well, just because of how important they can be, even on this map, to get control. Depending on what side you spawn on, you win the opening break hard enough, you get absolutely soaked up 40-45 seconds and have that opportunity for new. And with the dance battle you have to do towards the middle of the map, got to make sure you're ready for the danger.
Well, Highway to the Danger Zone playing in the background. Our boys have put pedal to metal and they are already in time. Snoop doing it once again. Is it Scar or is it Den? It's definitely Den. Nice nade from Abe. Great work out at Cammy and Purge as well. So the kills are going all over the place. And Abe, I mean, he went for it there, bro. He went for the ish and I tipped the cap. That was a great hold to start things off. 30 seconds to go. Lead change.
Yeah, Abe versus the world, and Purge getting cracked, able to get the final trade, and nice little bit of time being secured. And love the attitude from Purge, even though TJ is able to get 2. Actually, well, there you go. That's the difference maker. TJ slamming off the rip right there. And you got Vancouver Surge with the left side spawns. A nice opportunity, a nice start to the map.
Yeah, 3 run there from TJ. Rotations on. It's going to be a big battle there, but Gwyn cleans up both. No problem. No questions asked. That is that, ladies and gentlemen. Force brief to TJ in the background comes to a close. He must have been really close to the Hellstorm as well. He actually got it from the time. That could also be a consideration. But over to Abe. Clean 2 there alongside Lunas and Gwyn. It's going to be 3 dead. And Boston Breach very much back to the drawing board.
I have no idea how Lunars managed to get a nade kill on the guy in the middle of the map from time, but whatever he did was wicked stuff, and Abe doing a nice heads-up job at taking the timings when they get them. So that play is rolling through right now for Vancouver. All the kills seemingly flowing their way. You get the trade. And with 30 seconds left, now you flip the spawns towards the back. This is incredibly well-executed hardpoint game.
Good looking stuff for Vancouver Surge. What happened to Mars's intonation? It's gone, just like those 2 members of Boston Breach are with a big 2 from Abe. Rotation on its way, and Lunas has got his fleet foot on. He is running for it. Gwyn's going to be first in time. Can he get another 2-piece? Absolutely not. We're going to see another gunfight now break out over the bottom side of the map. And what do you know? Boston, they will be in, and good God, do they need the time?
Well, dealing with the pinch at least a little bit. Lunars and Abe going to be able to work together, or Abe will just break this by himself. Everybody around setting up for the kills. They got him trapped around the time. 1 player in Dojo, 2 players pushed out. They got to hunt down number 3. An unsuccessful Snoopy is able to give you 2.
Oh, wow. Here we go to Gwyn. From Dojo to time. Great hop. Good headshots there on a Purge. Now Snoopy and Nazi, they make their way forward. And Big Snoop, eyes on the first man. Damage is good enough, and he is dancing. Go on, Snoop. Gun him down. Cammy comes through with the next 25 seconds. You want it. You need it. And they are battling for it here.
I mean, what a nightmare. They did literally everything right. Perfect communication, perfect break with the Hellstorm, and then Snoopy just pieces them up. But that's just to keep Boston in the game. Now Nasty's trying to keep them ahead of it. Great kill and great damage on the extra guys.
Abicime referência.
We'll be in the new time first, but you can look at the minimap. It's going to be a fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a true battle. Two players now on the flank, two towards the top side of
Essa
time.
maldita internet fica
Vancouver
oscilando.
doing what they can to soak this away. Oh, good work from Purge again, keeping the dance going. Here comes the pinch. Last man on it, Purge down. Good break, Vancouver. Can they contest with Cammy now? Manages to make his way in towards the backside. We call it Dragon, and he's breathing fire right now with a Dravik. Another man here to his name. Can he win the fight on the back? He nearly does. An open hard point for now. Nasty in the 1v2.
It's slammed, yeah. I mean, hey, Cammy puts in serious work, but everybody else on Vancouver Surge wins the gunfight, so they have now officially restabilized the map, and I mean, things good to go. You get the close side spawns. TJ gives you that little entry, and I mean, final 15 seconds, Boss are going to fight for it, but I mean, this is quite literally just scrap we are dealing with. First set of rotations in, Vancouver Surge gonna have a 50, 60 point lead.
That's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see for the Vancouver fans. Next hard point back to P1. Can we see this continued success? Are their legs still strong enough to run this all the way to the 250? Boston find themselves in the opening time. But what a contest this is. We are not going down without a fight, Vancouver.
I'm just full control right now. Two players over there working towards the mid cut, so even if Boston get you off the time, Boston are not going to be able to get it on it themselves. Trying to cross through no man's land, you're going to get pieced up and traded. You finally make it to the hill, and Abe, the second guy mid-cut, is there. Finally, Boston clear this space, but not before he gives you something extra.
It was a nice
Já não quanto falta agora, já não sei nem quanto falta. Abicime referência.
He got some chance to get time for Boston, but man, you have been bled dry this P1. There's 20-something seconds left on it, 15 even, and now they're desperately trying to flounder to get it. Quick rotations on, nasty cut down with a quick Halo gunfire there. TJ's Dravik finds its mark, and once again, Vancouver Surge in prime position for P2.
Yeah, and they're dissing as well. TJ, the distraction towards the back. Purge does a good job reading Gwyn, trying to help his friend, and Purge finds the moment to strike through. TJ gets cleared out, so you at least have the close side spawns, and you got a man advantage on the break for a moment.
Oh, we're in, and from behind the couch now, Purge finds 1-2. No way to get any more out of that. Now Tej lands a sweet one. He, Abe, and Gwyn get their respective kills, and the hard point is once again cleaned out. Vancouver in control.
Yeah, great nade from TJ as well, just to sort of deal with that pressure, and now it's easier. Gunfights there from Gwyn. He gets the first two, and that might just be the break attempt stuffed. TJ there for the next one, and Boston Breach are just getting spawn trapped on this hill. Both goes around. Vancouver Surge have locked it down.
Absolutely, you're trapped in the back right now, Boston. You were trying to get your way out of this one. Vancouver Surge, another big 3 dead. The boys have got map control. Let's have a listen in.
Spawn mid, I can hold your mid.
I hear you, I hear you. Could pinch it right as well.
Yeah, good pinch right.
Me and Lockers. Tej, I'll nade over you in a second. Nading
I'm
over
picking
you,
the right pinch, bro. I'm picking up the right pinch.
pick it up.
I
Lockers in the corner.
Yeah, there. Nade it, and I'm heady on me. I have all mid, I have your whole mid.
I get the pinch.
There's two here.
I rail.
Okay, I'm E1 running through. No, pick up,
Okay, I hear you.
Outer,
Locker.
Two outer.
Done.
Nice, two outer.
Ready.
All there.
Nice, that was him. One more close. Arch time.
One shot, close up. Getting
Close
your
up, one shot.
I dropped the nade. Close up, please.
There's three here, brother, aping me, I'm dead.
Close on you.
Outer.
Be cut.
Here you.
Alright,
No, make sure we play
Outer,
wait for me.
Close first side, be cut weak. Be cut, stop!
Nice.
Mid him, time, you good time.
Close up.
Nice, good job. Good time. No, stay up now.
He's under dojo.
Outer one shot.
I got my foot there. I hear you.
I hear you.
I got outer. I'm flipping them. I have outer. Be nasty. Cammy flip. Cammy,
I hear you.
behind you.
He's peek on me.
Dojo, guys.
Dojo, not outer. Me mid.
Dojo, one shot to be done.
I'll be mid on you.
I don't see anything mid.
Probably win near them.
Good time.
Yo, mid.
I'm gonna front new.
I don't see anything deep right. I mean,
Yeah, I'm going front new. I'm going.
yo, one hit me right. One shot. I'm gonna come back to mid.
Coming front with me.
Alright, okay, we're
Yeah,
come back.
I'm going to front new. Send me front new. You go top look.
I'm waiting right.
Yo, top blue, and one low. On the desk, weak. That's dead.
Nice.
Nice.
Made it. Okay. Out close outer
In
hill.
the back.
I want small. Give me a second.
See back right?
Back hill. Back right.
Outer weak.
Back right. She's in. Back to time. One shot.
Still one more time.
All front.
For the time.
In the back.
One shot. Yeah, in the back. Back Snoopy. They
Iron up,
double
Tej.
bunch of time.
Iron up, Tej.
Yeah. Get a killer.
I'm small.
Yeah, iron up.
It could be outer.
Perfect.
Name
I hear you.
time,
Looking at
name
it. Yo, outer Snoopy, not weak. Outer Snoopy.
Ironing it.
Backside hill, no flack.
I hear you. You guys are good. Take your time. I'm helping y'all spawn.
Backside
Outer
hill.
Snoopy.
Outer Snoopy still.
Yeah, still there.
Outer weak. Close up.
Back time, snaking.
Here.
Okay, throw down.
Be outer. One shot in.
Nice, bro.
Absolutely.
I'm putting pressure by pressure.
I'm with mid. I'm with you.
Go inner.
Good in.
Okay, I'm with you.
Nice,
I'm
I'm
gonna
turning
go
around,
deep.
I'm turning
Mid's open, guys. Like, you have anyone control. We're both
Yeah,
on.
I hear two wolves.
Deep right. Not touched. Nice job.
One shot. Running small Snoopy. Small
I hear
Snoopy.
you, I hear you. I'm trying to get out mid. Pretty charged.
Yo, I'm hitting.
I'm mid. Snoopy. Watch out on you. It's up blue.
Chance, anything from the listener that really stood out there for Vancouver Surge?
For such a young team, ultimately, I thought that was a fantastic listen-in. A little bit of wiggle room to improve of like the structure and how you want to set up plays. But I mean, for a new team, can't really complain. And certainly in terms of Gunny, they have been shooting this map.
Oh, but Abe has had some wicked two pieces. And we're hearing a couple of good deads as well. And he might be looking at a couple more. Managed to dodge a lot of trouble. Passing out the intel to the boys. Not enough to get anyone in the fight. Here comes a quick contest. Immediately snuffed out. 200 points across right now for Vancouver Surge. And TJ finds time for a second.
And well, maybe the nade will connect for a little bit of damage, or maybe Abe will just swing back in and pick up an extra 2. And look at that clean 4 down. That might very well be game, because these guys have locked down P2 like nobody's business. And now you got to cross through the entire map to get there, and they're picking you apart along the way. I mean, this has been a gorgeous den coming out of Surge.
It is a good looking dip. Whoa, you're getting a little bit naughty there, Abe. Trying to find people through walls and all sorts, just trying to pad them stats. And the stats are looking great so far. Back over to P2 once again. And Lunas, he's going to be the man on time. TJ watching the backside. Here comes the next hit from Boston. It's going to have to be good, boys. It's going to have to be great. And neither of those things so far. Snoopy making a case for it through the rear. And that's going to be Spawns. Able to now maybe get involved. We'll find out the final moments of this hard point potentially.
I mean, finally, Boston are at least able to get in, but they've gotten dominated on this P2, and this is going to be deja vu all over again. Or Purge can bail you out a 2-piece just to keep you honest. And now we're just going to have a little bit of a slugfest for the final 20. Surge, maybe not going to win it here, but you keep up the pressure, win the rotation, you'll be good to go.
Yeah, thank you, Purge, for putting in the good work, the strong fight. TJ's now going for the scrap time. Ample amount of it. Rotation's on its way. 3 members now for Boston. Breach on the attack towards New. Abe doing it alone.
Looking for the Miami Heretics comeback on this map, if at all possible.
Ay, Dios mío. 2 seconds is all you need, Surge. Here we go. Breach on the first of many holds they will have to maintain in order to stay alive in this one. Teach through the top, a slow and steady approach as the second man falls beneath his mighty M15. The third was a bullet away as Abe is on time and no one's there for the contest. Vancouver Surge, you just needed to see 1. Now you got 2. Now we have a game 5.
Yeah, and they can taste those 10 CDL points as well. And for Boston Breach, S&D has been their weakest game mode. Obviously, they looked clean on the map number 2, but Surge now applying that pressure. And TJ, the man that seals the deal towards the end on that final break for the hill, but that felt like every single player contributing. I mean, Abe was on some wicked stuff the entire time, but statistically, all 4 players getting involved, all 4 players, guns were hot.
Boys looking good. And what do you know? Game 5, Boston, Vancouver. Ooh, I don't know which way we're going right now. This is a fun one. The desk, they were certainly cooking. They had it all laid out. They knew what they were talking about, but Vancouver have come to life. They have brought their A game at a time where they needed it the most. Massive work out of TJ and Gwyn. The vets of Vancouver leading the charge. Once again, nice non-traders, good assists all across the board. Fantastic game of Den Hardpoint from the newcomer squad. Surprise chance all over the place. Did not see this coming.
Yeah, and to acknowledge the assist from Boston on map 1, how about those objective kills from Vancouver on this map number 4? Every single one of them getting into double-digit territory, just dominant around the hard point, and especially those P2s. I mean, that was at least the first 2. It felt like, you know, those near full 60s rolling through. The graph is just going to look like absolute hell. Both those P2s, an explosion coming in for Vancouver.
That's a perfect climb there from P4 into the next set from Vancouver. Look at that, 181 all the way to the 248. And if not for what, I mean, a very, very strong P2-3 there from Boston, it could have been closed shut. Beautiful stuff. They got their win in exposure overload. Now another one on hardpoint den. Vancouver finally finding themselves here. But can they close this out strong? A reverse sweep. Oh, imagine what the papers will say. Nothing. No one reads the papers anymore anyway, do they, Chance? Boston Breach, don't lose it here.
Gonna make me cry. Maybe someone will make me smile on the map number 5 as well. Gonna be a lot of fun to see what these guys can pull off. And we got TJ, Hallie, Miles in a game 5.
In a game 5, coming up after the break, Boston Breach taking on Vancouver Surge. Who walks away with it? We'll find out after this.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL. Start the season strong with the 2026 Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator by scanning the QR code on screen or check it out in the Call of Duty store in-game now. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Come on the stairs, Nice. I'm looking you. Could be outer. Outer. Nice. 3v1. Please go. Oh, nice, baby. Oh my god. I mean, I'm trying to scam it. They won't even kill me.
Coming. I'm Sean. Man. Man. Stay down. Just lay it. Live. I can help. I can hold the front. You're good. Stay down now. Already front.
Let's get in time. Bust up that.
Absolute front.
I'm done. Nice.
Boys, holy
That P5 was so. Me neither. That P5 was.
No.
Might. Oh, the whole team might. I think they are. They're going to get a quick bit of a workout in. Come on, Vikal, get up there, son. They're going to get a workout in here in round 1. There we go, team. Up we go. Oh, Vikal, for God's sake, he's choking on main.
God, dude.
Game pause, folks. Game pause. Someone. We're going to reset the lobby here. Someone. Whoa! That is horrible. Do it again.
What's up, man?
Just going to get the lobby reset. And we'll get back into this S&D as soon as we possibly can.
With another nice shots from Dashy, though. Some bad timing. He is going to find him. It's just Kleenex scrambling, trying to get around, drops in between. Dashy with all 4 and the defuse. Talk about the ice. Did he get it? It was very close. I don't. Oh, he doesn't get it. I thought he had it. I think there's a miscomm there. There's a miscomm.
Bro, what? This is like a new person. Like, I don't even. The first person that came to mind is Joe Deceives. Who's the second person? It might be me. Nah, it can't be me. I don't wear glasses. Hixie, I would say Hixie.
This has to be MC and Real.
I'm gonna do, I think that's MC and Joe Deceives.
Bro, I'm gonna say MC. Yeah, I don't know who the second one is. I have no idea. I'm just gonna say MC for one of them.
It's me?
It's you and Josie.
How? He wears glasses?
That's Joe? Damn, bro. I'm getting one at least. I knew it was MC. I just didn't know who else was on there.
Joe Deceives? Oh my god, dude.
That's a good one.
Oh, what a cursed segment of CDL TV that was. For many, many, many reasons, Chance, but what will not be a cursed experience will be this game 5. Staying on Den between our two teams, Vancouver Surge and Boston Breach. Vancouver, Chance, they've got their first map win of the year. They could get a series here. Good God, man. What's happening?
In for a penny, in for a pound. Dude, their Christmas came late for this team. TJ was their Christmas present. Now they've had a week or two of scrims. And now world domination is before them.
You once said that TJ Haley would make a fantastic mall Santa.
He'd make a fantastic anything.
He would. I think he would make a really, really good mall Santa. But, hey, kid, what do you want for Christmas, kid? You got to sit in his lap. You got to take a photo with him the whole time he's thinking about planting bombs on Den. Which bomb site are we going to off rip? I thought I'd just leave you there, sitting and hanging on that mall Santa comment, because it's really funny. Over to B we go with the bomb. That's right. Boston Breach on attack first.
Get him some milk and cookies if they win this game 5. They're playing with the timings. They're dodging some stuns, dodging some nades as well, which never came through. But Gwen sat in the back. He's got the boomstick, and we'll see if Boston want to deal with it. Going to be making this move or maybe making a distraction. Indecisiveness from Boston. 30 seconds off the clock so far. But by the looks of it, they're going to square at B. They're just trying to play with the timings. And, well, the sniper gets out of dodge. And Boston might just have this dialed in.
Oh, Purge is playing for pretty much a guarantee from this little perch. Purge is perch, if you will. And I am worrying about where the next shot's going to come from. Snoopy. Oh, man, Gwen has come so close. And still nothing. Coming up the second. Snoop's flying forward. A ton of damage dealt. Man advantage still right now for Boston, but for how long? Finally, Abe gets it. Mid-map's gone as well. What is going on here, man? What an opening round. We're in the red. Here we go.
Oh, there's nothing you can do. You can't plant this bomb. You got to force the players out of dojo, and you don't have mid. Nasty's just going to be the final player to fall, and Boston had every single player in the right position. Snoopy is dancing with death. They work around the sniper, but in the middle of the map, Lunars had the pressure, and he guns Purge down. That is a statement of a first round. Vancouver Surge, they have maintained the momentum.
2 for Lunars. A happy spot to be in. 1 down, 5 to go. Vancouver Surge. Will it be rags to riches? Are they finally finding their footing here in the journey towards Major 1? A slower approach now from our bomb carrier. Abe has pumped the brakes, waiting for the intel over towards A.
Tej gets spotted. Well, Gwen's there to gut him down, so you don't even need the nade. Gwen will just do it himself. And now for Boston, man down on defense. You try to look to get aggressive towards the middle of the map. That is insane Call of Duty timing. Pays off for Snoopy, but he is in no man's land. He doesn't have any teammates here to support him. That is ISO plays.
A slow play from bomb carrier Abe now pays off with the plant. Oh my God, it's TJ with the old prison shank. Oh, that's frustrating. Next man up has been spotted, and the timing once again not exactly working out. But wait, Cammy stays alive for a second longer. Vancouver, be it the Dravik, the M15, or even the Blade, they get it done.
I mean, I don't understand why every team in the league doesn't pick up TJ, you know? If there was 12 of them, he should be on every single squad.
That is an unfathomably strange thing to think of. And this late into the series, why not? I mean, every now and then the Codcaster does give us multiples of one player. Why not even more? God, Snoop, you had no idea. Oh, that's a frustrating one. And look at Tej. Is he single? Is he single? I don't know.
Shouldn't be.
Ladies, shouldn't be. Here we go. Big guns up for Quinn over by B. Once again, finds himself here. Didn't work out in the first go around. Will it be kind to him now, Snoopy? Oh, God, the timing.
Just a test of the reaction time right now of Gwen.
Hello.
Doesn't take the shot. We might have taken the second one there, but still no kill. Ah, we go. Gets nasty. Finally, Gwyn puts the big gun to use.
Oh, Purge is through, and Purge is spotted. Yeah, just like that, Lunars drops him. Lunars has had Purge's number so far on this map, and now for Cammy and Snoop, looking to do the impossible.
Again, it's such a stark difference to the way that exposure was played. Snoopy, there's no way he didn't get spotted. It doesn't matter, he got a kill anyway.
Hello.
Unbelievable, Snoopy. Is he running camo? How's he alive? TJ flies forward, and a great set of trades.
Oh, thank God.
But it doesn't matter. Vancouver, another round.
Abe out there sprinting around with bloodlust. He had a kill in his sights, and he did not have any interest on listening to his teammates' comms. Nonetheless, if TJ's alive, you know Vancouver Surge are not going to let that clutch roll through. 4-1 start for him. Great work out of everybody so far on Vancouver. I think their first bloods have been on point as well. I saw Gwen was able to strike nasty there in the feed. And Boston right now, a big part of their strength on the map too is their level of aggression. Captivating towards the middle of the map. Purge absolutely running it down, but right now Purge is just getting stuffed, and we're quad stacking B on the defensive end, and nobody's home. Abe playing a cheeky spot, waiting for the push through. But Boston, if they're giving it up, they've just lost all sorts of space. It's going to be a little bit awkward having to re-clear everything back out.
Well, this is their counter to the first strat we saw Vancouver Surge play out. We're waiting for the noise towards a couple of kills. You're hoping for the Boston players to transition over there, but Snoopy is not having it. He will hold that line, and good call out of Abe. Don't take this one again. The same play is not going to work twice in a situation like this. TJ dancing with it, still on that 4 spree. Gwyn here to cover his retreat, and you are just hoping to avoid any friendly fire.
Well, Trophy's out on site, so he's going to be a nail biter.
Trophy's gone. Are we going to get the bomb plant now? Perfect stun connection there on a Cami. The stack, the send, we're in. The trades are now on. Cami on the dance through. Massive tags. TJ doesn't get the follow-up kill, but Abe's there for it. Now the 2v1. Now it is done. Beautiful work from Boston Breach there on the recovery. The flank finally pays off, and in a situation like that on Den, that got dicey. 3-1.
Yeah, that's huge. And that is also every single player for Boston has to do their job in the correct way every single step of the way. Snoopy really trusting his teammates to be able to deliver well. So Vancouver Surge actually getting active on the flip side. Cammy's going to be running away from 2. Gwen gets the worst timing in the world, and Purge is arisen. He is woken up, and now it's up to TJ and Abe for the clutch. TJ does give you a nice pick.
That's good enough for now. PG's still fighting. Purge has found 2 already in the round. Can he find the next 2? The answer is maybe. The dance is good. Waiting for the perfect scenario now to unfold in the trades department in this glorious 2v2, and time starting to dwindle. You're in. Abe goes for it. Will it be a 2v1? It's a 2v none. Great work on the counter-attack. Chance, it just can't go wrong.
Not if you have TJ on your team.
It's the search and destroy wizard. He's always done it. Nothing has changed. He is still that guy. And he's just said something hilarious as well.
I mean, just so funny, so clean. And I mean, what an awkward dance battle as well that Abe and TJ going in. But Abe found the timing, TJ there for the clearance, and he found the 2 openers as well. That is a 2v4 clutch. And that may very well be the round that breaks Boston down.
Boston, we test their mental now, their resolve, and we're definitely going to test how many kills TJ can get in a single fight right now, because this is going to be quite the hit from Boston. They're trying to overextend here, trying to overwhelm, and it's just shoulders. It's maintaining presence and control in a situation where you should have none. Great work there. You force Boston back, and now maybe, just maybe, the bomb through mid, maybe.
Boston saw TJ and they turned and ran. I would do the same.
This could go boom real quick. And oh my God, Boston, no, Boston, not like this. Another stun connect, another piece of intel. Just plant the bomb. They've got a snowball's chance in hell right now. Here we go, Snoopy. Here we go, Nasty. Show us what you got.
I mean, this is just looking hopeless. This is looking like those early roster changes that teams are making, paying dividends so far. Snoopy insta-chowed by the entire lobby is what it feels like. Vancouver Surge officially on cruise control, down 2-0 in the series. And look at how they have battled back, finally able to play with a little bit of confidence.
Dare I say it? They go from no map wins to a situation like this. It's starting to feel good. Gwyn's got an ever so slightly smirk on his face. He's starting to feel cool. Lunas is unreadable. Honestly, I think he'd be very, very good at poker. Unreadable. Whether he's winning or losing, there's no difference whatsoever. I mean, that is a stone cold competitor. Here we go towards a all of in Boston, all in. Because this is what the reverse sweep looks like.
Finally, Boston are trying to do something on the map because their spread the map play for picks was not working.
Oh, he's spotted.
Capitalize the A space, but they get the instant first blood and Purge again, just getting caught.
Lunas has just had him all map long. A quick fan out and a spread on the attack here. And Gwyn, yeah, get that nade in there. He's right in there. Yeah. Snoop eats that. Abe doesn't check it. Doesn't matter. He nearly gets through, gets damage in there. The next man out the outside. Here he goes. Tej on the perfect of flanks. No, not just. Wow. Nasty now, 1v2. To stay alive in the series, or is it enough? It sure is. Vancouver Surge, 10 CDL points, well gained. Good to have you back, fellas. We missed you.
It's TJ for sure, and yeah, for Boston Breach, that is going to be just devastation. That is not a series you can afford to lose. Going against a team without a map win in a situation where you want the winner's bracket, you want the CDL points, how impactful they are early on. I feel like Boston consistently year over year, by the time it comes to champs time, they're always just in a dogfight to make it through. The early points matter, and well, for Surge, they matter now so much more. Quick, efficient win, and I mean, shout out to TJ. Quite literally, it's the 2v4 round. If Boston had any hope of getting back into it, that would have been them just down 3-2 in round count. Instead, it's 4-1, and TJ had the hot hand. All 4 players positive, decent on the first blood front, 0 complaints, and at least the back half of that series from Vancouver.
6-1, the final score on Den. GG's, the reverse sweep complete. Oh man, I mean, that's the stinger for Boston. The first map was fantastic for them. I mean, the exposure search and destroy could not have been any better, but the overload, man, looking back at the overload, there's just quite a few opportunities that they didn't take, and they could have had. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. And in this case, that cookie is that TJ Ellie. He's just that guy. He's that guy. Desk, did we forget? I forgot. We all forgot. TJ
Chris
Ellie.
didn't. I didn't forget, baby. Vancouver and TJ Haley to the first 10 points of the season. You love to see it. And honestly, we were talking in the green room. You go from a huge strategy on the GM side, changing up. You're going from young talent from a different title that you want to develop to all of a sudden going for the most veteran player possible from challengers. And it seems like going with the S&D guy was a good decision.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you saw when we get to that game 5, like TJ's ability to just 2v4s, find picks, stay alive, get with his teammates. Like, that's exactly what you need with a young roster like this. And, you know, Surge, I mean, that's a massive win for them.
Merc, it all started with the overload. Sorry, let's jump right into the highlights here, Nameless, as we take a look at these. But Merc, talk to me a little bit about, we got our player of the game first. Let's take a look here. It is our scuff play of the game, the reverse sweep in action, shall we? Boom. It's the reverse sweep, Joe. Walk me through it.
No, and as you said, it kind of starts with the overload. And, you know, you heard the casters talking about it. I mean, early, I mean, you had the one score for Surge, but then it just felt like Boston controlled, I don't know, 90% of the game.
Yeah, on the first side.
Yeah, and then obviously Surge just do enough. They're able to fight back. They're able to control that side of the map. But honestly, their Den hardpoint looked so good, especially P1 and P2. You had a chance down the stretch where you were down around 60 at that P4. If you were breached, you get right back into the game. But Surge just did enough, man. And then you got to that game 5. And honestly, props to them, because this is a very young team. You start off 0-9 map count. You go down 0-2.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just sort of playing to play at this point, right? Like, it's almost like you're resetting. But, I mean, the fact that you're able to win this match, props to those guys.
No better pickup than TJ for Gwyn. You're giving him a comfort pick, someone that he's played with a whole season in the past. And then you have some young talent. You got guys like Abe who are going to vibe with TJ in Search and Destroy. Both players dropping huge numbers to lock down that game 5.
Yeah, and Abe had some huge plays in the hard point as well, like just staying alive. You know, a couple of situations like the P1 at the end, I gotta have a moment. Game's getting a little dicey. Abe's just bottom window buying time for his team. Like, those are some vetty moves, right? And that's what you're hoping with Abe. Like, when he came in for Toronto last year, we saw that. And just the first couple matches, we were like, where's this Abe at? Well, you get TJ on the team, we see it again.
They go from 0-9 map count now to a 1-3 record. They score their first 10 points and they get their first W. Merc, as you take a look at Vancouver right now, what did they show you today? What do you need to see moving forward?
I mean, I just think that it's sort of, they have fight now, honestly.
Yeah.
I just think coming into this one, we really weren't sure what to expect. It's tough to come into the league, even with a pickup. Obviously, you have the talent there, but I don't know, just to be on the same page and overload in Search and Destroy, but they did that. They did enough. And yeah, I mean, there's no easy match right now in the CDL. It feels like anyone can beat anyone.
Ideally, we'll be getting an interview here set up in just a moment. In the meantime, can we talk about Boston? You started 2-1. There was a lot of hype. This is supposed to be your easy, guaranteed win against the worst team in the league. Now you're sitting at 2-2. What does the road to Major One's winners bracket look like?
I mean, yeah, looking at their schedule, it's not easy. I mean, they end this split playing up against the LA Thieves. And, you know, their next match is going to be the Miami Heretics, who are absolutely pissed off from their loss versus Carolina. So if you're, you know, a Boston fan, you're in a weird spot right now, right? Like, this next match almost becomes a must-win.
We've got another match to go on the night. It is a triple header Saturday. On the other side of the break, we'll be talking with Abe from Vancouver Surge, and get ready for the Paris Gentlemates. They'll be taking on New York's Cloud9 when we come back.
Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. Black Ops 7 returns to the Esports World Cup in Riyadh this summer. Scan the QR code to be notified when tickets go live later this month. Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL team skins are available now. Scan the QR code or check out the in-game store now.
We're playing the bomb. Oh my god.
God, ball, come on, give it to me.
Bomb is armed.
No, I don't think it's
behind you, behind you.
Run now.
Stay on Spires. Play 2 months.
Take your life, dude. He's in. He just running away. Just run.
Fuck, go, baby.
Go.
Come on. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Yo, this guy was so much.
Go, man. Let's go, bro.
Let's go, man. Now we get the dog phase again.
Try. Damn. Me, man. Wow, bro. I'm not even trolling, dude. That one shot that literally that 4.
Run. I'll get bomb checks. I'll go top and get bomb checks. Hold pinch fire. Make sure somebody gets bomb checks. I'll get bomb checks. He can go third. He's trying you. Back up. Not weak. I'm upset. He said, she be sent. He said something. What was that?
Welcome back, everybody. We have our third match loading up here in just a few moments. But first, we got to talk with Abe from the Vancouver Surge. Abe, welcome into the Call of Duty League broadcast, and congratulations. You're in the winner's circle, something only one person on this desk predicted. How are we feeling?
Amazing. I mean, this is an awesome feeling. Coming into the day, I knew we had, like, we could do it, and I'm glad we got to show it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't that one person that predicted you guys. This was a crazy turnaround. I mean, Abe, you guys were 0-9 map count, bringing in Tej, and then you go down 0-2 in the series, rally back for the win. How in the hell were you guys able to have the mental resilience to do that?
I mean, you know, we've been putting in a lot of practice, and we know what we could do. And going into Overload, you know, we were confident. And so, like, we saw the map set, and we just knew that, you know, it was possible, so.
Yeah, Abe, I mean, listen, obviously you guys pick up TJ, pick up the vet. I'm just curious, man, how has practice and scrims been going? Obviously, you guys got to be feeling confident after today, but, you know, just going up against some of the top teams, how are you guys feeling in some of the tougher matchups?
we're feeling a lot better. I mean, I feel like he had so much pace that like I'm able to do whatever I want, and he just like allows me to, you know, roam, and I could finally showcase like what I have. So it makes it a lot easier. Scrum's been going better, and I'm just excited to improve more.
10,610 damage in this series. Abe, you were on fire, especially in that final search with TJ. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
That is Abe. That's Vancouver with the first 10 points on the leaderboard, and we have 10 more points to dish out tonight. A lot of people think it may be going Paris's way, so let's start this discussion as we take a look at our final fight of the evening. Paris Gentlemates, a star-studded lineup. Some players, though, that were discarded from other super teams. How do we feel about the roster entering 2026?
Yeah.
What are the expectations?
We got to get used to
2026.
We got to get used to it. It doesn't even sound real. I mean, star-studded. I think people coming into this didn't know exactly who they would be. You felt like they could be a top 4 team, but you know they've answered the call. Like these guys are a favorite headed into our major #1 if they keep this up. Hardpoint has been absolutely excellent, a plus 113 margin. They thundered the LA Thieves. Ghosty leading the way, 1.37 overall. He's just been absolutely sensational.
No, he has. I mean, I don't know. Kind of what Parker was talking about at this point, like I expect these guys to take a major. I really do. Just this roster makes sense. I mean, Envoy, Ghosty, Sib, and Neptune, and yeah, we've talked about it, but I don't know, Neptune's impact from last year now into this year, just one of those guys that went under the radar a bit during the free agency, during the offseason, and you're like, man, this guy is a star.
Yeah, and I think it's like proven now, like, he makes the game way easier in Hardpoint. Like, remember when he joined Surge, how good they got at Hardpoint last year?
They were one of, if not the best Hardpoint team, yeah.
He has an argument to be one of the most, if not the most impactful Hardpoint player, just from his body of work from last year to this one. It's just been unreal in that game mode.
On the other side of this matchup, we have Cloud9 representing New York City. And let's take a look at this squad and what they've put together coming into the new year. A lot of game 5s, one that has gone their way, another that has gone to their opposition. They are not afraid to go the distance. They are not afraid to take you on in any game mode. But what would you say is their strength right now?
Oh, it's absolutely Hardpoint, which may be a bit surprising to some, right? Coming into this season, you probably think with the players on this roster, I don't know, going to be a very good search team, but it hasn't really been that. They're 4-1 in Hardpoint. They're winning their rotations. And if there is one sort of, again, you lose a couple of game 5s, but if there is one good thing, you have Beans on this team, and we know he is a sniper. You can see he loves it when the opening duel, 71% opening duel win percentage for him. So it's more just like, all right, if we get to those game 5s, can we take those opening duels and turn them into round wins?
They just feel like a team that's always going to be kind of competitive, but ultimately like falter in the last moments. And so far, we've just seen that.
The Carolina Panthers of Call of Duty.
Exactly. It's like the game 5s, like he's been so great in those opening duels, but like you lose 3-6 in both those game 5s. So got to get over that hump and a tough opponent.
Both teams.
Den. Why are we playing Den?
I mean, I don't. They're 4-1, so they're confident.
I mean, sure, but like, I don't know.
All right, Gentlemates have the higher skill ceiling across the board, is what I'm being told by chat. So who has the firepower to slay with Paris Gentlemates? If I'm looking at Cloud9, if I'm looking at the underdog, who is that player to zone in on?
Afro for me. I think just in terms of pace, in terms of subs, pop-off ability for me. I think him and Mac. Like Mac has always been sort of an X factor, but in terms of map to map, I'm looking at Afro.
Nameless, who's looked best so far in Black Ops 7? I know we've only seen 2 weeks of official competition.
From Cloud9, I would also go Afro. Just the moments and the impact he can have on the map. If we're talking about Gentlemates, I'll go Ghosty. Ghosty's been absolutely incredible.
So far, Nameless has crushed the first one. He called the Vegas upset. I called the Vancouver upset. Who's calling the Cloud9 upset? Let's start with Merc down at the end.
I'm not doing that. I'm going with Gentlemates.
Gentlemates today, 3-0?
Sure. I don't know. Not sure on the score, but
I'm going to go Gentlemates in a 3-0 as well.
Paris Gentlemates versus Mac. Game 5 isn't happening. I got this in a 3-0. Gentlemates, let's make it swift. Give your YouTube fans what they want. The match is ready. So are our casters. Make some noise for the beautiful Shift and Study.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's see if Ant didn't get gassed.
He didn't see it. He didn't see it, Al.
Got the old school going here, you know, bear down on this one, so to speak. Biggest thing about this matchup, let's be honest, it is surprising in certain regards looking at this Cloud9 team. having only won a single series, but looking solid in hardpoint. It just comes down to we haven't seen them on Den yet. So where's your thought process kind of opening up the series here, Jay?
I think this is the true test of what Cloud9 could potentially be all season, because before we got to 2026, they played 3 teams that are right now currently in the bottom 4. It's not been easy for them, and now you're going up against a different beast on a map that you are not really familiar yet as a unit. You're getting practice on it, but you haven't played it in an official match, and you're going up against the Gentlemates who had the most insane revenge game I've ever seen versus Thieves. Ghosty was on a different level.
Yeah, indeed the case. Also, just kind of keeping in mind for Cloud9 only having 1 series win, they still have to play FaZe after this. Then they get Boston and Riyadh, who's obviously streaking and trending in the right direction. So not a lot of room here for Cloud9 with the rest of this Major World Qualifier to try to find any sort of wiggle room to get up top into the upper bracket, unless they find some sort of an upset like Puck has already said we've had in every single series in certain regards to this point. So can it happen here? Paris Gentlemates, Cloud9, New York, Den, Hardpoint. Let's get it on.
And already off to a bad start. Great opening name there from Sid, but Beans and Vivid respond with 2. Paris going to be the team early on the objective, but C9, at least for now, managing to keep them away from it. Beans pops a double down there, soaking the time.
Okay, well, let's see if they can find something off of the regen and the reset here. Envoy cut down. Has some numbers for Cloud9, making their way on towards the hard point. Nice little backup from Neptune. Good help from Ghosty and Sib beyond that. Leads to some comfort now over the top of P1 for Paris. And we'll take a look to see if Cloud9 are going to give this more of a hit towards contesting or more of a go towards trying to hit around.
Yeah, they're going to try to contest this at the same time while hitting around. Afro working his way through JoJo. You don't want to forfeit all of this time. Give Paris Gentlemates a free 30 seconds uncontested, but they fight their way back on in. The only thing is now Paris had the rotation that they want for P2. Sib's just trying to play keep away. Lines up a freebie. Envoy finds a second. Sib, doesn't miss shots, but being a little bit better with that AR in hand. But Paris have the rotation that they want. Now how can they hold? Because Vivid's already in the back.
Yeah, looking pretty decent right now, especially with Neptune inside the hard point, but he does get taken out by way of Beans' nade. Envoy also not able to get over the top of the awnings here on the jump over, so kind of a free break for Cloud9 in a lot of regard. They're going to have the spawns, as you mentioned, and now 35 seconds to fight with Paris hitting largely and almost purely from the front. Beans, nice, even though stunned, he's able to find one.
What?
And how about Sib and Neptune both fall off the map, and Vivid's like, all right, thank you very much. Spawns will flip, Vivid's got the read, just comes down to can he pack a punch here, not quite through Garage, and Mac the next one up needs to try to find a way to hold, and he will at least get the first one.
Let me find out falling off the map is the key to breaking P2, because then you're spawning towards the backside and you instantly are right back into the fight. Gentlemates are going to be able to walk away with a slight lead at a hard point where it looked like they should have got battered on, but now they have an opportunity to potentially chain it. Gonna have a man down at the rotation. Now it's only 1 man standing, but it's Ghosty. He could potentially do some. Only takes down 1. Cloud9 are in.
Yeah, Cloud9 are keeping this really scrappy, and considering that the player to watch in Afro really has not been able to be part of too many of these moments. They've done well to at least contest time when things feel a little bit dire. Speaking of, kind of the same situation right here. Beans over the cross, able to find one. Neptune trying to step in, but stunned, concussed, naded, everything going right into his face, and that's enough for Cloud9 to really secure a lot of this opening 30 seconds.
Yeah, and even though that gentlemen's have decided they want over towards Dojo, they can't contest this time. It's just all-out crossfires through mid-cut that have held this together for C9. Now the spawns start to flip a little bit. When C9 already capitalized on this moment, you soak up so much time from the bad side. Flip the spawns at the right time. You can forfeit this final 10. We got the rotation to new.
Yeah, and 11 and 5 from Ghosty, you mentioned just kind of his ability on this map to really take over and shine. Nice gunfight win from Beans. Puts him down right before the rotation, can really cut through the middle of the map. And Vivid's got an idea that, yep, this is a Dojo exit for at least 1, if not 2 players for the side of Paris. So good awareness here from Cloud9. Just comes down to can they win their gunfight. So far, not all that great. Afro overwhelmed. Mac, the last one left alive inside the hardpoint. He's able to catch a second. A little bit of separation here. Does he get 3? No, not quite. Sid breaks through, and Cloud9 will take a moment to pause as they try to set themselves up for a break.
Yeah, they're going to take their time. You already have Beans working his way through bottom comms, just trying to look for an opening on this pinch. Has a one-on-one isolated onto Neptune. This is where you hit the go button right through computers. Trade after trade. It turns into a one-on-one. Mackenzie melts. Should be overwhelmed. There's so many players from Paris still getting those back spawns. So this final 20 potentially is going to be theirs, but Cloud9 aren't going to give it up for free.
Yeah, Mac a little bit baited into that gunfight right there. Good separation for Paris, waiting for the respawns. But on this last attempt to fight for the exit scrap time, Cloud9 clean. Leaves it just down to Vivid and Neptune. for a little bit of a scrap fight at the end. Doesn't really result in much time for either team, so we'll exit and head back to the new rotation. About a 10-point game. Afro watching the initial entryway, and two Paris members going to go the long way around. Honest eyes open to Vivid. He's able to read both, but in some trouble. Will drop it. Now a chance to surround if you're Paris.
All right, that's 3 dead in defeat at the wrong time. Mac, how long can you play keep away from this objective? Not for long. Nade is not going to connect. But at least for now, you're hitting a route to keep Paris on their toes. You do get caught out by Neptune. Now Envoy has a field day, set up in the proper angle, cuts off a double, and the Genomates are going to be able to take the lead. But Cloud9, this is where you got to make a tough decision. How aggressive do we want to be? Because we don't want to flip on the opposite side.
Nice opener from Neptune. Good team shots with Envoy. Has the SMGs pushing through. That will flip the spawns immediately. So you asked the question, Jay. Looked like Cloud9 was kind of split on the decision of if they were going to go or not. And instead of them being the ones deciding on what they wanted to do, it's Paris who take the home. And wow, are they ever taking the fight to him? Mac able to salvage at least some of the moments over the top of the map, but largely speaking, that is a perfect rotation from Paris. Envoy with the read, but stunned, can't quite lock over, and a chance now for Cloud9 to block spawns.
Yeah, it was a perfect rotation last go around for Paris at the P2, but it was an early blink from C9. This time, the heads are a little bit more on a swivel. You are prepared for the fight towards the back. Envoy whips out an extra M15. Backside secured. All of C9 spawning through mid. They have a 2-2 split. Quite some time before they're even in a position to contest this HP.
Yeah, that's an annoying gunfight win right there from Ghosty. So now with him and Envoy locking things down, you've got 28 seconds, and it's like the same situation we just saw from Cloud9. What do you want to do here? Do you want to try to hit through this scrap time and play around the back? Good separation. Sid finds perfect timing on that little pinch, but the SMGs for Cloud9 are able to break back through, and there's 15 seconds of scrap time. That is an important 15 as well, keep in mind, as that would now be an opportunity for them to, get into mid-map, see if they can get a read onto Paris and possibly beat them over to P3.
Yeah, that's a big moment for Afro, who was at 6-17, just pops 4 in a row. You need that guy to start shooting to be able to keep up with the slang of the Genomates. You're only going to be down by almost 50. You got players spawning on pinches. Let Beans activate on this play. But Envoy, you got to know that this guy's going to be aware of it. Finds the opening, knows that he's going to be surrounded. Teammates are not here to help. It's a fight.
Oh, nice tracking from Ghosty, but suppressed by Vivid, who comes back to Dojo to keep that clean for Cloud9. Mac off the reset, able to get right back into the mix, and with 30 seconds to fight, an important moment here for Cloud9. Envoy working on a route. Don't know if Afro actually fully saw him. He cuts off one at mid, and yeah, he does actually alert Beans to turn around, and those two eliminations now have Cloud9 looking really good for this back 20.
Good thing for Paris is that they still have the spawns that they want over towards Dragon's side, but they still aren't getting any time off of this P3. This has been their money hill. They're only down by 20. C9 looking for some momentum. Let's go to a listening with Cloud9.
Top red. I'm reaching bottom red. Back He's back right corner. Vector dead. Nice. He's in the back corner still. Back right corner still. We spawned him. They spawned front. Never time. He's in the right corner. Right corner, net weak. Go. One job. Let me slide your it's I'm pushing top window fast, okay? They can get outer dead. No one outer. No one front. Help time, it can only be front. Never go for it. I'm seeing close out of here. Here we go. All front. Easy. Small control. Both are going to be front. Small. Nice. He was front. I'll get rid of it. Hold right. I'm playing through small. And then again. I don't want to. What is it? I'm window. Could be red. Eddie, I'm gonna take a mid. Dan's a P2 holding. Eddie. Outer P2 Dan. I'm playing red. Go back. In red. Neptune weak. He backs up. I'm repping for make-up. Neptune's gonna be top red. Yeah, top red maybe. I'm top red. He's top red. Come. Yeah, 3 net on. He's gonna be weak. Make-up 1 HP. Make-up time. Make-up. Negative lights probably. Time 1. I'm going to make that down. I have lights. Alright, slice 1 of you. One dead. Under make on time. I'm dead. On time. Watch that time my way. Turn 8. Already lights. White kind of lights. Coming bottom ready. He's underbroken. Or under mid again. Yeah, under mid cut. On time my way. Really big on time my way. Hey, knock out from the lights and under mid cut. I'm gonna help you. There's a time on Marcus in there. I'll make sure. Two lights. Let's step watch out. Both watch out. Yeah. They're both watch out lights, bro. Split. We're just gonna
I called one.
Great sequence between 3 and 4 for Cloud9 has them only down 10, and Mackenzie able to find himself 3, nearly the 4th. Afro finishes off Neptune, so Cloud9 will win the rotation to 2, a chance to just get a lead and possibly get this thing close to over.
Yeah, first time they win the rotation. And this time Paris are hoping no one jumps off the map, but at least have one player spawning towards the backside, but everybody else on the front is getting cut down. Mackenzie melts on 3 in a row, popping takeover in his final moments of map number 1. They cannot win here, but he's creating so much space that they can't even get close. My word.
Oh! 6 in a row for Mac. All the space you could possibly want in front of P2, so the reads are that Paris are spawning behind. And who would it be besides Mac? Right back over to the fight. Beans taken out initially. Mac, a little bit crossed up, doesn't know which way to look, still finds a bit of damage. Maybe gives Afro a chance to contest the exit and finesse some of this scrap time, but just comes down to can you win the gunfight? He does get the first. That's not an insignificant amount of time right there, especially with Cloud9 trying to pull resources over to P3.
Yeah, it just gives a little more time to work on some of these long routes. So Mr. Beans is going to allow that close spawn to Vivid over towards Dragon. You're trying to set up these pinches. Afro finds the opening, trying to keep Mac alive. The Switchblade not able to find the second, but it's a battle. Vivid, last man standing, gets one. Value your life.
Oh, he's able to dodge away, but Neptune off of the flip spawn takes care of Vivid. So Cloud9 in tatters here, playing this essentially in multiple 2v3s, 2v4 situations. Need to take a breath. And in that breath, Paris find themselves right back into essentially a tie game. Nades and stuns over towards the mid cut has Paris largely focused on what's coming through mid. But the kills will open up a little bit of space here for Cloud9 to work through. Ghosty off 2 in a row. Not going to commit the trophy. Here's the contester behind. Ghosty off the regen, able to find himself on 3 in a row. One more around the corner. They've got the read, but they can't quite track down Afro until finally Neptune puts him down. Potential lead swap as we head back over to 4.
And now it's a 3v none. Because I thought that they had the numbers to potentially contest for the rotation, but all 4 in the feed go down. Paris now have 3 players working the OE. It's going to be on Neptune to try to find an opening through the front, but Mackenzie melts, isn't going to get caught slipping. They need 10 seconds to take map 1.
Yeah, Paris going to work themselves around the backside of Dojo. Last 5 seconds. Got to find a way to contest. Got to find a way to break. Beans will drop. Max stun lands right into the mix. He finds the first bird. He's able to find some help from Afro. Envoy keeps the play alive. Still contesting. Afro gets taken out of the hard point. One more chance. It's got to be on the Sim, who's in the contest corner. He's able to find one win. Follow up from Beans. No, not quite able to get the win. So now you've got to make a decision if you're Cloud9. You can't just rush. You've got to take a breath.
You gotta find an opening kill. Afro's able to strike for the first. Vivid finds the second. You gotta go.
Neptune able to find the first. Couple of low health pulls around the back. One more chance to contest if you. Oh my! Envoy gets 2 with the stun. How about it? Sims able to break back in. Would they get this last tick? It's gonna be really, really tight. Envoy able to contest this a little bit longer. And you look to the minimap. Cloud9 were at P1, but they do get that final tick. Paris somehow, some way, able to get that over the finish line.
At a loss for words, my friend. That is absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. We've seen 2 teams that just did not want to give up. Cloud9 did everything that they could. You get a clean forward dead off the rotation so the money hit to close out the game. But it was the opening kills from Paris. It was the clutch up kills from Paris. The fact that Sid was the last man standing with only a pistol, jumping in the corner, stalling out time for the teammates to get into the play, and he finds 2. It was a consistent trade effort, non-stop momentum. I can only imagine what the comms are like on both ends. A 1-point difference is the game. In that map number 1, we just gotta see it again now. That is unreal.
I mean, it's just so many individual moments. I mean, you're at 4 seconds remaining. You want to just highlight all the difference makers. Envoy able to stay alive in the corner. What a postmortem stun.
and then Sibs right back into contest. His one is fine, but it's the breathing room that he gets, from Ghosty, a little bit of extra damage onto Beans. And you think that, okay, now if you're Paris, you just got to get one kill from the front, you're good to go. Doesn't quite happen. It's a 4v2 situation. Neptune only gets one. Ghosty really only does so much to contest for an extra half a second, but then this moment again, Envoy finds another stun kill, plus the follow-up. I mean, it's just down to the wire here, Jay. I wasn't sure they were going to get this tick or not just based on where the clock was, and you can see it on the minimap. Cloud9's ready to go, but as the clock hits 0, they're able to get that last, like, half of a second that they needed to get over the threshold, because otherwise that's 250, 249 the other way to Cloud9.
That's just unbelievable, my friend. The little things make a big difference at the very end. Stuns and nades out of Envoy were so impactful. Also, Mac jumps off of the map in one of those sequences where they were going for those trade fights. They probably have a man up if he does it in that situation. So they were forced to slow down, but Envoy was truly the clutch factor right there. Multi-kill after multi-kill every time he found himself in the objective. And that's just a nail-biter. A very devastating one if you are C9, but a very positive one if you are Genemates to not let that one slip.
I mean, look at those last moments. P3 to P4, 1 point game the entire way. Can't even make out the difference between the two lines. Wow. And you know, it's just one of those things. Like, I heard Merc's obviously reaction to seeing Den be map number 1. Like, wow, you're gonna play Paris on Den. They have been beating the absolute brakes off teams there.
It's been a month.
But
it's been a month.
Cloud9 has been, you know, they're 4-1 in hardpoint. Granted, they did a lot of the damage on Scar, but they're looking really solid in hardpoint overall. Like, even with Afro's slow start, you still find yourself up 20 points early in this game. Like, that's just good objective focus from Cloud9, and then once Afro starts to pick things back up again, then you get that little bit of distance towards the end of the game where you unfortunately just can't quite find that last tick of contest or that last second to win the game. But yeah, tight as it gets right there, Jay. We're off to the races here.
Yeah, and that's good. A good sign out of Cloud9, at least in my opinion, because they're going up against one of the tougher teams that we have in the league so far. When they ended 2025, you played 3 teams who are in the bottom 4, but this time you show fight versus one of the best hardpoint teams in the game. It's just a 1 point difference. One minuscule mistake costs you. But now you're looking for a bounce back on the Colossus Search and Destroy, where when you look at this Cloud9 lineup, it looks kind of weird on paper, but they have like the fundamental teamwork aspect. You're talking about Vivid and Mac figured it out at the end of challenges. Beans and Afro have known each other for so damn long. And these guys, even though they have been put together this season, they have figured out really early of what it's like to have success in the teamwork play. And if they continue to do that, they eventually get a lot more consistent versus these top teams.
Yeah, and I think just on top of that, for like those 2 weeks of 2025, like early Search and Destroy, it's hard to get a read on like who is really making the right call, the right adjustments, because it really is a figuring out period. But this is where we really start to see how teams have grown, adjusted, built out their playbook. And I say that with such focus because really both these two teams have not really shown us like dominance in Search and Destroy. They've had some great results, they've had some really bad results, and I think that's an early indicator of we're still figuring out what we want to do. So no better time than now, I think, if you're looking at this for both these two teams to really establish what your search is going to look like heading into Major 1.
Yeah, I know one thing that Cloud9 don't need to figure out, don't need to waste any time on, is who's going to be that guy running the sniper, because Mr. Beans is unbelievable with the boomstick in hand. 71% opening duel win percentage with a 1.4 KD in this mode. This is why you activate this guy. And even on a map like Colossus, he still dropped 14 in the preseason. So yeah, watch out for him.
Yeah, dude, I remember watching Beans when he was still in Challengers, like on Embassy and Hotel back in the day, like just dominating before he got to Boston.
I remember that. Yeah,
he's just different. He's different with the scope. On the other side, we have seen Sib, especially in the preseason tournaments, really show us his presence as well. Something we haven't seen really since the Modern Warfare, like 2019 years, like when he was on that FaZe Academy team way back in the day. He was dominating people sniping, but we'll see what happens now as Sib will try to find Beans early. Nade does land, and it does affect Sib's angle, so good push off here from Cloud9. Smokes being exchanged, and it will be the bomb eventually tracking back over towards the 8 side of the map.
They're just trying to get a feel what the setup is looking like on the side of the Genemates. Stuns and nades connecting, but quickly off the rotation over towards the opposite side. Neptune the only one in a position to get something done, but he gets caught.
Yeah, I don't know if a stun or a nade comes over the top and alerts Cloud9 to his position, but he was figured out very quickly. Envoy playing on the other side of tunnel. Thinking about, does he want to take a full wrap? Beans is watching it. No scope in hand, keep that in mind. He's just running the AR, and he's watching two things at once, and he's missed Envoy around the back. So now this just comes down to who's got the COD timing, and Envoy has it. So now alert over to Cloud9. They're going to play forward. They're able to find Sib with the scope in hand. But how do you deal with this plant as Envoy's backed off and allowed Ghosty a chance to get an isolated kill?
Oh, and Afro's not able to find that trade. So with 20 seconds to go, you have to come to the mob plant over towards A. You know the positioning of Ghosty, but you thought that Envoy was still going to be behind you, but now he's top mid, 2v1 for Afro.
Oh, Max able to find the first. Envoy very quickly right back into the mix. That's just a really good round from Envoy. I mean, he gets forward thanks to some of that pressure that was thrown over the top, smokes that come through. He gets up to that mid sub, but the decision and the timing to get around the backside of Beans and still be an effort man when it comes to trying to play the retake. Incredible stuff from Envoy.
Yeah, he's always been that kind of S&D player. Not afraid to make plays, not afraid to take space if you're not watching it. Finds the timing on Beans for the first blood, keeps their heads on a swivel, because Cloud9, as soon as that kill goes down, they are deciding to push through. They don't want to be caught between both angles, surrounded by the players on the Gentlemates. But Envoy doesn't stop there. He continues to get active, rat back to his spawn, finds a second kill, and then clutches up at the end. Secures 3 on the round. Paris on the board first.
Keep in mind, Sib did drop in that round. Still sniping here on the round 2 offensive effort. Mac from the high ground just jumps in, gets isolation onto Neptune. So an early 4v3 for Cloud9's defense, plus the bomb down. And they're going to take more space over through the A side of the map. And I just don't know if you're Paris, if you expect this at all.
Looks like Ghosty is a little bit aware of it. Just gets some bad timing. Leads to Mac finding his second on the round. Gonna get traded 1v3 for Mr. Envoy. The bomb down too, Al. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna lose track of him, and this is gonna be Vivid and Beans just playing the timings.
Yeah, Envoy on 5 in a row may consider the potential of staying alive for streaks. Gonna give it a look at least for now. 30 seconds on the clock to make a move. Beans up top, seen. Nice shots. Envoy gave him a little bit of a workout, but that's a comfortable fight, largely speaking, for Beans.
Yeah, to just take that mid-map control away. That's 2 rounds now where Neptune tries to take statue control, but the stuns and nades connecting, not allowing the SMGs to get loose. Neptune loves to play those kind of rats angles, but he just keeps getting caught. This time, Cloud9 able to capitalize on it, continuously push through statue, find their second kill. And even though it's Envoy, they just had him trapped towards the backside. Great plays right there from C9 and tied up.
Yeah, and I love the call to get aggressive, even in a 4v3, through that A side of the map. You get yourself into a 4v2, you completely mix up what pairs can do from essentially in their spawn. Yeah, just so much map control. Nades of the top, headed over towards where Sib had been sniping in round number 1. Lots of stuns behind that, and a little bit of information off that hit marker of what exactly this Paris defense looks like. That is a wide open B site. Vivid also finds one on the flank watch. He's going to call for a little bit of help as he knows he's in some trouble, but he gets the regen, doesn't need the assistance. Ghosty will eventually get the trade, but the damage is done with the bomb planted.
But Envoy is able to make up for it and make it a 2v2. Gonna have the repositioning from Ghosty. He's able to locate Mac. Now Beans left in a 1v2 with 30 seconds. Yeah, just keep him on this side of the map. We'll trap him.
Yep, Beans gonna rotate back over. Oh, and Envoy just continues to dominate in this search and destroy. 7-1 through 3 rounds. And how clutch is he once again? Because it's another great first blood for Cloud9, but Envoy gets the response.
Yeah, that's a 2v4, Al. That can't happen, especially when Vivid, the island player, watching the pinch, finds the opening double. Like, he gives you all the information and also gets traded. So there's 3 players on that side of the map. But somehow, someone on the opposite, Envoy is able to force a one-on-one versus Afro while the trade comes in on the back end. So a 2v2, you lose track of both players. Goes through with the repositioning, and then you just set up Envoy with the confidence that he's playing with. I'm just going to jump at the guy and challenge 7-1 in his S&D.
Still just 2-1 the count, though, as it really has just been the Envoy show in the 2 rounds that Paris have won. Neptune in some trouble. That stun does not get to where it's intended to go, but he stays alive and is able to get the regen. You hear the trophy system blowing up the Semtex up around the A site. Envoy already playing a bit forward. The trophy will be deleted, and Afro and Envoy will say hi to each other as this bomb may not commit to this A play.
Oh, and Beans at least gets the perfect timing through bottom tunnel. They were trying to call the rotation over towards that B site to isolate that gunfight, but at least you get the trade. 3v3, instant 2v3 as Afro finds one.
Yeah, Ghost Ghosty's seen Vivid throwing shoulders. Here comes the play. Envoy trying to make his way forward. Would have to essentially go 1v2, but Mac gets the better of him. Ghosty can only do so much, and that position help was also on the way up top. So good response there from Cloud9, but I still have to say, like, just based on how these first 4 rounds have gone, Paris is finding really good timing playing from the opposite side of where the bombs are going at the moment, and that's really dangerous for Cloud9.
Definitely keeps your head on the swivel, but as long as Beans is making sure it's everything safe on the opposite side, didn't have to worry about any stuns or nades from their side of yellow. He's uncontested in towards bottom green, knowing that the pressure is going to be on that A bomb, and just catches the timing for the first blood and sets the tone on the round. So all tied up. All out defenses for both teams. A little bit more clutch factor in the side of the Gentlemates. C9 just need to ice up.
Mac just looking for information at mid. Nade does land, gets a hit marker. Sib pushes him back. Neptune to the corner, able to go 1 for 1. Not the worst news overall for either team. It really just comes down to what happens between Mac and Sib. And this smoke makes a bit of a mess of it, and Mac will say, all right, we've pushed him off mid. Let's see if we can get the bomb over to A.
Just don't want to get caught slipping. Make sure everything is covered before we even think about this objective, and Mac's going to take some space. On their side of the map, and they spot at least them through mid-tunnel, so Sim finds one, potentially find the second. Pistol good enough on to Vivid. 1v3 for Mac.
Yeah, he's got a route, but it's been red. And Paris continue just to, again, win the map. I think especially in the mid-round, off the get-go, it's been really Cloud9 finding a lot of first blood success, or at least being able to trade off the first bloods quickly to get us to early 3v3s. But as soon as we get past that first 30, 45 seconds, Paris just keep finding these great timings to make Cloud9 a bit more uncomfortable. And you see that there from Envoy, just in a little ratty spot, making sure there was no late rotation. You saw the re-wrap back to mid from Sib to re-clear out the top side of the map. And it's just had Cloud9 a little bit lost in terms of their pace after the first 30 seconds.
It's because they're trapped. Like, once it turns to a 3v3, your teammate dies going through tunnel, then you know that they don't have any time to wrap back over towards B with no information on their side of the map. So we decide to push on through. And that's what creates that opening. And now this creates another opening because Sim no longer has a sniper in play. Beans free first blood.
Envoy will at least come back to pick up the recon. Maybe see if he can catch Beans off guard. Getting a little bit too comfortable, knowing that he initially had taken down the opposing sniper, and that's exactly the case. Envoy connects. Neptune follows up off of Ghosty's damage, and Paris a chance to put this one through the finish line for a 4-2 edge.
What can't he not do, Al? 1v2s, 2v1s, AR in hand. Oh, I'll pick up the sniper, and I'll challenge one of the best snipers in the game. Catch him off guard with a stun in the hand, but Envoy instantly makes it up, turns it into a 3v3, and then everyone else on your team is just prepared for a statue push. Neptune's starting to get activated. I'm pretty sure in the first 4 rounds, he was blooded in those first 4 rounds. But these last 2, he's been doing his thing. But Mr. Envoy continues to shine no matter what weapon he has in his hand.
Yeah, that's just next level. And I think it is just because Beans is thinking, okay, Sib's off the table. I'm free to kind of late pick stuff. I mean, it's been perfect right now from Envoy. 10-2 through 6 rounds. Beans right back up top. Trophy system to keep him safe. Has an opportunity at Neptune's shoulder, but not able to connect. So Paris's defense at B will have to be a little bit more timid, knowing that Beans is watching over this. Smoke will come through. Stun will land. And Beans still able to connect through the smoke. Just a blind shot landing, especially with Sib dropping through mid. Huge advantage here for Cloud9.
In a 4v2, but this time you take care of Envoy. Don't allow him to get behind you and break you down. 1v4 left up to Dan. Instantly gonna get picked off, and that's all due to the early round. Beans hits a shot through the smoke. Vivid finds one early. Instant 4v2. This time we don't let it slip away. Cloud9 quickly add that one to the tally.
And it's the same story. Cloud9 finding success in the first 30 seconds, but this time it's a little bit easier having a 4v2 thanks to that blind shot through the smoke. I just think we need to start to see somebody hitting routes on the defensive side here for Cloud9. Don't allow Paris to continue to move around the map, even in 3v4 situations. Like, they've been very efficient in first blood tallies. It just comes down to, can they actually win the map afterwards? And this round, we will get some opening nades over the top at A. Trophy system keeping Paris safe while they actually tally some pretty decent information on the defensive positions backside A hut. Little shadow being seen here. Sid wants to chase down a kill, but gets caught. Neptune, unfortunately, a couple of stray shots going to him, but he makes up for it with the response onto Mac 3v3.
And look at Envoy already getting active on the opposite side. Yep. Clears out a lot of space over towards B. Neptune just being a nuisance over here at A. Finds his second kill on the round, makes it a 2v2, but all the information game, he can get the bomb down for free.
And look at the map spread. Envoy able to see Vivid up top. That is not mutual information initially. Nice shots from Dylan. Holy cow, 11-3. Tags on the response, being able to actually convert that off the wall bang. The follow-up though from Ghosty, what a challenge. Says, I'll take that, thank you very much. And Paris able to get themselves on a map point.
Yeah, I think Beans was prepared for him. He saw him cross as soon as that bomb goes down, so he was pre-aiming, ready, and waiting. But dang, Ghosty, one of the top ARs that we so far have on the season, just rips him off of the head glitch. As we take a look at it again, Beans was prepared. Just a little bit of left, right. You choose wrong, and Ghosty makes you pay for it. Paris, game point now.
Beans can't believe that. I mean, that is a heck of a snap from Beans watching it from his POV. Does everything you could possibly do. Every single shot hits plus a headshot, but Ghosty just barely able to get that first shot in first. 5-3 the tally. Beans trying to snipe. Able to see the shoulder of one outside of the B container. Smoke will come through. I believe that's an offensive one. Stun may have actually landed onto his teammate there. Didn't look like that got far enough, but regardless of it, looks like Cloud9 just gonna kind of hold over towards sub and see if they can get Beans a better angle.
Yeah, he's trying to draw Paris on this side of the map. So he could potentially open up A. Beans is gonna be stunned out, but still hits the shot onto Neptune. Envoy there for the trade. You know that he has a sniper pistol. How hard do you want to commit? Let's use a smoke grenade to make it a little bit easier. But Beans still gets the kill.
Yeah, nice little response from Afro to cut back over to try to assist, but he gets caught going back. Sib takes down the bomb carrier, 2v2. Beans, can he find a way to hit this? Doesn't need to. Viv is able to hit the pinch, and also gets the read on the Ghosty. Okay, little individual moment from Vivid. Keeps Cloud9 alive when we go into round 10.
And it's Benjamin Beans, man, who continues to have those moments with the sniper. Don't matter how many shoulders you throw. He's confident as ever to take the shot, ready and waiting with the pistol for the second. And then Vivid closes out the round with a nice double. But a perfect angle onto Neptune. Through the smoke, Envoy has the advantage, but the team shots, I didn't see that guy bottom green. Assist Beans to find that second kill. Cloud9 stay alive, force another round.
Yep. Two split for Cloud9's defense. Nades for Paris right down the middle. Beans tagged heavily, but just barely still alive. His little delayed stun does not land. And Envoy will get to work throwing the smoke out. Afro still playing bodyguard for Beans. Bomb not committed, but Envoy's gotten through onto green here. And this is a position that you could definitely utilize later in the round, pending he doesn't get tagged. And no, the nade does not hit him, so he's good to go.
Envoy knows that there has to be someone close, but Afro is going to waste any more chance to potentially contest this without any stun usage. But 45 seconds to go. You get some information there over here at the A site. Beans finds one. Mac finds it for the second. 1v4 now, all up to Envoy.
Yeah, they know where he's at generally. Good first, but no chance at the second. We're going round 11. And I just love that response from Cloud9. Knowing that Envoy is playing forward, I don't know if they get like an extra tell from Paris because of the secondary nades that are tossed over towards A, but they stacked the defense there. And like you said, you saw it in the kill feed. Beans able to connect onto one more over the top is super helpful for Cloud9 to stack and just bunker down, and they do well to get to around 11.
Yeah, I think if you're Paris and you end up on the objectives this time around, they're giving you bottom green control. They're also giving you top mid. All you have to do is just keep your bomb carrier at A alive. And there will be no other angles to contest it. They're just wasting a lot of time in these offensive approaches looking for a first blood, but can they make the right adjustment here?
See if you called it right there, my friend. Three-man stack for Paris. No smoke initially. That's a lot of just early stuns, and actually there is a smoke on the front. Sib's gonna push through this. Did Afro see this? Has not, but Bean's able to find the response. A huge trade there keeps us 3v3, but Cloud9 very alarmed and alerted that there could possibly be a B hit. They rotate a little bit late back to mid, and Envoy on his 14th elimination is able to take down Mac to give Paris the edge.
Now you got top mid, you got bottom green control, but you also have the man advantage. You don't want to get caught out by yourself. But Beans is able to find one. 2v2 with Beans on 5 in a row.
He is popping. And Beans has got a sub to play with as well.
Oh!
A little quick swap! Oh! Unbelievable from Beans! He's able to take down all 4 in round 11. Summon the most impressive nature we've seen possibly on the calendar year. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Al, that's just why you don't chow him, you know? That's just why we try to eliminate that sniper out of his hands early into the game, because he just makes big-time plays. It makes me so proud to see, because the guy plays extremely confident angles. These are angles that if you miss a shot, you're most likely going to die. But he is so confident in himself and his ability with the boomstick. All I need is one bullet, and I'm going to be able to get it done. Round 11 ace on a map like Colossus with a sniper pistol. Mr. B said, boy, hold up. You was having a good performance. Let me just shut that down real quick. We take this S&D and tie the series.
Oh, man. You talked about it. First blood battle. His efficiency is unreal. 4 first bloods. On the other side, Sib, who was trying to snipe against it, 5 first deaths. And we talked about it early. If Cloud9 could just find ways to keep their 4v3 and actually utilize them, they're more than in this map, and that's the main reason they were able to go 3 in a row. But none more impressive than the first, second, third, and fourth kills in that last round from Beads. Woo! We got ourselves a battle here. A 1-point game with a hard point, a 1-point game with a search, and an exposure overload that can get hot quick, Jay.
Yeah, I'm down to go overtime, you know, have it be a 1-point difference for the rest of these maps. Let's go all the way to the distance, my friend, because Cloud9, they are showing true fight. That what did Joe say on the desk? Right now, anyone can beat anyone, and that's what the case is for them.
Definitely feels like that's the case across not just today, but especially in this matchup. So we got exposure followed by a guaranteed Colossus and maybe another map 5 on the evening before we get to our final day of our qualifiers here on the weekend. But for now, off to a quick break. Don't go far. We'll be back with map number 3 right after this.
In the City of Angels, these Devils have just torn Toronto.
I can't do anything.
These 2 hills right here, these 2 hills,
Oh, shit!
Oh, there's one hallway, one hallway.
No way, this guy.
Damn. 30 seconds. You see him? God, 81 bullet. Both of them. God, 81 bullet. I just shot the ball. Good try, good try, good try. I didn't know it looked like that, bro. Bro, I saw the guy on the left and I just tweaked. I'm down it. So what is happening, bro? I don't know.
Where the f are you doing? These guys are horrible.
I don't know.
What is going on?
What the is going on? Why are they not hopping the bomb?
These guys don't know how to plant. They don't know how to hot bomb.
Open time. Quinn is in. Real gets it. 5 for the win. Real holding it on. Lucky gets the final kill. And what a map.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL. Start the season strong with the 2026 Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator by scanning the QR code on screen or check it out in the Call of Duty store in-game now. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Just live. I'm here, Dan.
Live a whole week. One more. All week.
On tree.
I stay down. Close up. Nice.
Good job. I'm absolutely
We win. Keep challenge.
He's outer challenge.
Live. Get on time with him.
outer. I'm absolutely. I only have outer.
Two. Inner. Both inner.
Nice.
Go, bro. Come on. Dan. Good shit, bro. What a sloppy. Go.
Heard it in the comms. They knew it. We win here. That's a lot of math going on right there. Lots of thousands of seconds that need to be tallied up to get that last point. But it's been a one-point affair, both in the hard point as well as in the search and destroy. I'm Shift. With me, I got Jay. Brother, we have been treated today to some unreal scenes, whether it be just complete upsets or just reverse sweeps. And now a potential to see this one possibly go a little bit extra as we head over to take a look at the stats on Overload. It will be on Exposure. And so far, I will say, you know, for this side of Paris, they have looked really good outside of just the one time they played Exposure. That's really the only thing against them right now. When they've played Den, they've blown teams out of the water, and those stat lines largely reflect that.
Yeah, Den and Scar, we saw what that happened, especially that Den map. Like, yeah. When they are slaying like that, it's very, very scary. But they have to figure it out because they probably weren't expecting to lose that search and destroy the way that they were. You're up 5-3. You let that one slip. All the momentum now on C9 side on a map that they have yet to play on the season. But you can just tell that they have been putting in the work on the back end. It's been a month since we've seen this guy basically play since last year. So I'm expecting him to be a lot more polished on a map like Exposure for the first time, especially with the momentum they just gained from Mr. Beans. He's on fire.
I heard that. Just don't want Afro starting off slow here. Like, I hate to
Can't have it.
But let's be honest, it was a slow start for him on the Den. And in a game mode where you need to try to get, you know, whether it be full-on executes attacks when you've got the EMP or if you're trying to counterattack, like, you just need to have some speed that can turn into some space gain. So we'll see if Afro can follow on that. Looks like we may have just a brief restart on the lobby. So it shouldn't take too long, hopefully, for us to get back into this one. Yeah, I just want to kind of talk over this Cloud9 team a little bit more, though, because we've seen the success that Paris has been able to see, especially on a map like Den in particular. But for New York, it's been a little all over the place, like them getting their feet wet on Overload. They have just the one win. It came against, honestly, just a Vancouver team that was really struggling, and that was on Scar. So they're trying out another new map here. I mean, do you kind of keep the focus on a player like Afro, or do you kind of go over to like a Mac or a Beans to see if they could kind of set the tone here?
I think realistically it falls into everyone's hands because everyone has to be making those plays where you're individually the only one spawning on one side and you need to clutch up in a one-on-one gunfight to secure that space for your team. So that falls into the hands of everyone. And when you look at this roster, sometimes they can be prone to the bad game. In a game mode like Overload, you cannot have that. If you are clutching up on your one-on-ones, creating that extra space, knowing who needs to be the EMP carrier, which is always the third or fourth guy, you cannot try to be the hero. Always set up for team plays here, but you need big time individual moments with your slaying. And I'm looking at, without question, Mac and Afro. Like those guys with the SMGs in hand can take the space, can be nuisances, can be behind enemy lines, can create openings for the ARs, potentially run the EMP. They just need to all do it in sync. Because if one person's doing one thing and you do it on the opposite side, then that's when it starts to spiral out of control.
Yeah, I definitely think we've seen that from our best Overload teams, at least to this point in the season. You look at your Torontos, you look at your Optics. That's where we largely see it is it's gap filling and it's knowing how you can, like you mentioned, kind of as a collective squad, dominate in certain points of the map. You're not going to get all three lanes, but on a map like Exposure, you take away two of them, you're going to be feeling like you're flying. So here we go. Right back into the mix. It will be Paris spawning on the left-hand side. Cloud9 trying to see if they can continue their momentum after the search and destroy comeback from the right hand. And Envoy already naded, will be stunned beyond that and taken down for first blood as Cloud9 are looking to just play a little bit of steady control over the top of mid.
Yeah, now they have them surrounded in the mid-map area. Afro already finds 2. Afro finds 3. We were looking for a good start from the young man, and he's already finding that form. EMP is going to be down towards lower ring. Envoy just playing safety, just making sure no one's going to be able to grab it for now, but it's a battle for mid-map.
Yeah, Afro, who did get up top ring, doesn't make good use of the position, so Paris can recover. A little bit of question in terms of had Vivid gone back up top. Neptune trying to recover, but taken care of swiftly. Envoy now stuck in the corner. Beans with a pistol, also carrying the device, able to find one. If he can get through, he may be able to score it. Is there a follow-up from Afro? Yep, slides forward. Easy for the first. Exchange is good on the exit from Paris as they make their way over to the next spawn location.
Love the way that C9 played that, just managing to control all of mid-map, keeping the numbers on their side, and now they have another opportunity to potentially get another quick score. Vivid taking space, looking for the opening, does not find it. So now if you are Afro, you need to do something crazy with that pistol. Only able to get one, but Paris stop the push.
Now Beans is trying to hold this position on the map. Mac off the pinch, allows a second to come through. Mac thinks he may have a window to slide forward and sneak a score, but not to be. Vivid off the long play though from the solar panels, keeps again Cloud9 forward. Device close to resetting here though in a minute. Looks like that's what Paris is playing for. They're going to leave this thing over towards the goal and just play bodyguard until it resets, and as it does, Beans is there to grab it and try to transition.
Yeah, but he is going to get caught in a one-on-one versus Envoy. He's able to get the better of Vivid there for the trade. He's going to instantly pick up the EMP and try to get it out of this play, because Paris right now have more bodies to contest through mid-map. But here comes Afro and Mac flying through top long. Already 2 dead in the feed. Let's grab it. We could potentially get a score with 3 now down.
What an opening this has been for Vivid. Caught with a stun out. Ghosty Turks that into a double. Now he's on 3 in a row and will track the EMP back. 2:40 on the clock. Plenty of time to play with. An Envoy will go scouting things out over through the B side of the map. Mac the first one there. Couple of tags has him held back just a touch. Afro though cuts back off the middle of the map. And Vivid, that'll be enough for them to just get a free transition. That was just an absolute dismantle. Cloud9 able to come back, find the EMP carrier in Envoy's position. Well, a little bit far out of the picture, but a last second defense comes through. Neptune just needs to win the last 1v1, and he's able to. Huge save for Paris.
Yeah, Cloud9 thought that they had a freebie right there. Just going from top ring, got to be prepared for stuns and nades to connect, and then they have the angle on that back wall to shut you down at the goal line again. 2 minutes and counting. You already have Envoy taking space over towards the 8 point. Does win the one-on-one. Now you just got to get past Vivid, but he doesn't make it easy, and that's going to be a free score. All it takes is one gunfight. C9 up 2-0.
It's the second time that we've seen that, Jay, where Cloud9 doesn't even need to play a full defense. They just kind of swarm the objective carrier. And even though Envoy's found some good space to create an opportunity to score, it's just the body blockers around the EMP carrier are not enough able to win fights, and it just leads to a wide open map for Cloud9. Afro's now on 4 in a row, 12-6. We talked about him needing to have a good start, and he has provided one more elimination there. Plus, Vivid finds one deep across the middle of the map. Afro can try to get up top on this lantern and maybe find himself an opportunity to body block long enough, but no, Vivid cannot slide through. Beans, Mac, they find the kills they need. Beans can walk this one home, and he's going to find a 3rd score for Cloud9.
C9 are just overwhelming them with the amount of pressure. Every single time they try to fight back through mid-map, you're not checking the right corners. So Cloud9 are just keeping the numbers advantage always on their end. Vivid is on fire. Afro is on fire. They're up 3-0. They can currently do no wrong. And now if you are Neptune, you just got to try to make a play happen on this pinch.
Unreal. What a stretch this has been for Cloud9. Vivid trying to just sneak his way over the top. Catches one with the pistol, but not the second. So Sib will grab and go. Clear some space. Try to catch something for Paris before this first half comes to an end. Cloud9 still dominating over the middle of the map. Vivid shut down by Envoy, who continues to just create space, and that one will feel comfortable as Sid gets Paris on the board.
And they have an opportunity to add another one to the tally with the EMP spawning on this side of the map. You still have Sid slaying his way through the back spawn on 3 in a row. Still knows that there's going to be more players in the close vicinity. Has Mac one shot. Can you find the trade? You don't. Mackenzie Melts finds 3. But Mr. Hannon, can you make a miracle happen? No, you don't. You're going to end the half down 3-1 as long as you stop this ball carrier.
25 seconds on the clock. Looks like Paris should be able to handle that no problem with those kills. Unless Envoy gets surprised here, which it doesn't look like he will. No, it will not.
Last-ditch effort for Cloud9, just trying to break to the middle of the map. Ghosty is weak, but does get the regen, and as the EMP hits the ground, halftime will hit. But what a start from Cloud9. Just their ability to counterattack. Paris is putting together some great ideas, some great executes, but they lose the EMP, and all of a sudden it turns into a free flip the map for Cloud9. That's a really good transition for them to get up 3-1.
Yeah, it looks like the Gentleman's are just a little out of sync on exposure overload. This wasn't a map that treated them well in 2025, and so far in 2026 it's the same story. You're getting outslayed to bits. We're not finding trades effectively, and then every time you're trying to leave your base, we're not doing it knowing the positioning of all the other players. There's no way Vivid should win one gunfight and secure a free score like that, because Envoy is already taking space in your spawn. You have to be able to protect your EMP carrier, because plays like that happen and they are backbreakers. So now down 3-1, you were able to gain a little bit of momentum at the end of that round by putting one on the board. But this second half needs to be a whole lot better.
Well, Afro had a slow start, and map 1 has been popping off here. Mac, who had a slow start in this map, has actually put himself back to 11-15. So we'll see what he can do as Beans is able to find himself 2. Looking for 3, not quite able to grab that, and maybe a chance here for Paris to set something up.
Yeah, what can Envoy do in this pinch? He is going to get called by Afro, so you know that the pressure is going to be over towards Solo's side, but Afro being the first line of defense, ready and waiting for that EMP carrier. Ghosty wins the one-on-one, but is instantly going to get traded, and now you can already see it. Mac taking space over towards Solar. You just need the EMP carrier to cross, but it's Envoy saving the game.
Mac trying to be a nuisance, shut down. Paris now looking to see if Envoy can make use of this forward position. Not the case. Vivid, lots of damage, not quite able to find the kills, but sets up Afro for the easy transition back through mid. Cloud9's map possession has been great through middle. Envoy able to shut down at least the carrier, create some time for Paris to get back together, but those are clean shots from Beans, and now a chance to run it towards B.
Need to find an opening. You are Mac. Running that EMP, make sure your pitch is going to be covered. Nades are starting to hit. It's a 3v2 for the objective. Mac's going to fly on in. All 4 dead. Another one on the board. 4C9. 4-1 is the tally. They have the map control they want to potentially run it up again. But Afro just needs to find kills.
Oh, he may get both. Sure will. And now a chance to run it back and save the convoy as Afro's able to find a third. Vivid finds another. 5-1 the count. Cloud9 not showing any signs of slowing down.
This is just way too easy, man. On 5 in a row for Afro. Just protecting the EMP for now. Turning and burning on the Neptune. He is on fire here in this map. Number 3 almost lines up kill 7 in a row. But at this point, you're up by so much. Let's just play keep away.
Beans just scouting things out from the crane. Ghosty able to spot him, turn that into another. But like you mentioned, this has to be a train for Paris if they were to find a way to get back into this game. This has been so clean from Cloud9. Everyone is absolutely shooting right now. Including Vivid, 20-16. Sib allows Paris to stay forward, but it just has not been clean enough for them to actually set up any sort of an attack onto the zone.
They just keep on trying to clear on space, but C9 aren't worried about the objective right now. They're all about the slaying. Afro about to reach 30 kills on this map. He's just been the protector of this EMP. He's reading the pressure. Does get double teamed, so potentially Gentlemates can start the rally right here, right now. 3 dead in the feed. It gets on the board.
Gotta find some sort of an exit though. Neptune, some damage on the Mac, who values his life, backs away. But Ghost is in prime position. That's another 2 down. EMP spawns. You should be able to try to grab this and re-wrap it back over to A once again. And Envoy finds Afro, plus another through top ring. This is going to be a third most likely unless nades will land off spawn for Cloud9. Not the case. Detonation comes in and this map's not over yet.
You just got to play the reset now. If you are C9, 1:20 to go. Just don't allow them to slay you to bits, and they find 3 in the feed. It's a one-on-one. Neptune's just stalling time. This is another free score. 3 scores in about 30 seconds. The Gentlemates are right back in it. Here comes the Hellstorm to keep them away from the next EMP. They got a chance to tie this game.
What can Envoy do from this forward position? Oh, he gets shut down. Hellstorm is out, and it is able to actually, unfortunately, find 2 Paris members. So that will reset the map and put Cloud9 in some favor as they've got mid-map control. 45 seconds on the clock. Cloud9 just need to play numbers, and they find the first blood onto Ghosty. Pistol out, Afro able to connect. And now it's just down to how long can you wait for Mac to hit this router on the back. Paris takes the fight to him. Neptune grabs 2. Mac here a little bit late. And he has to essentially have to go hero mode, able to find 1, but nothing more, as Vivid will actually be shut down. And there's a chance here that Paris can create some space and try to get another score.
There's 100% a chance, but Afro and Breeze aren't trying to give it to him. They find 2. You're forcing the EMP carrier and Neptune to now wrap back to his team and waste more of that time. Probably gonna head to OT if they want a chance at tying this game, because Cloud9 just camp your corners, win your one-on-ones, so you don't let this map go.
And they take care of Afro. He was kind of the rogue agent behind the play. Cloud9 still playing corners. Mac will drop. Some space up top towards B. Spawn is up for Cloud9 to get into position defensively for anything through panels. Neptune's got a couple of body blockers. Wait a second. You've got way out of the picture here. If they just need to find kills, they've been able to find 1. Can you get through and score in time? A couple of defenders are there, and unfortunately for Paris, they can't get past the threshold. Cloud9, too large of a lead to come back on as they take the edge in the series.
Yeah, that's just all it comes down to, because the Gentlemates on that second half were a lot more comfortable on that side of the map. They just couldn't get anything going on the first half. It was Afro and Vivid time and time again, just breaking them down on plays. And it was just too late of a resurgence there for the Gentlemates to fight themselves back into it. Got a little bit more comfortable on that exposure overload, but still does not lead to a W. C9 are here to play and here to stay. Up 2-1 in the series, now going into a Colossus HP.
And they're literally thousandths of a second away from 3-0ing right here, Jay. You got to keep that in mind.
Oh, yeah.
They were literally less than half a second away from sending it to another hard point on the opener and winning 250-249 in their own regard. So what a showing this has been from Cloud9 New York. And take a look over the stats. Afro leading the way, 33 and 24, nearly 4K damage. And again, just sharing the objective across the board too for Cloud9. Everyone getting a couple of the scores. It's good stuff, man. You said it was going to be a full 4-man effort, and that's exactly what we got.
Yeah, that's all it takes in a game mode like Overload. Everyone needs to put their 25% in. Sometimes people go, you know, a little 50, a little 75. That's what Afro had, a couple moments like that. But C9 overall as a team played it correctly. Paris also gave them a lot of opportunities. Still thinking about that one-on-one that Vivid just found for free for a free score, which now turns out to be the difference in that game. And if you are Paris, it's now what, 2 maps back-to-back where you felt like you could potentially have closed this series out 3-0 in your own fashion.
Yeah.
Gotta fight your way through another respawn where they are undefeated in HP, but Colossus could be anyone's game depending on who's hot.
Absolute mix fest, my man. I mean, that's what we're gonna get all year long, it feels like, on this map. So, great stuff from Cloud9, man. I'm telling you, they really showed up and surprised a lot of people in the preseason events. Maybe a little bit of a letdown based on their opening results in the first 2 weekends. You got to keep in mind it's 2 map 5 losses.
Yeah.
So, you know, you figure out the overload, you figure out a little bit of the search and destroy, and you're cooking, especially with how good their hardpoint has been. So, opportunity here to kind of keep us on the upset alert throughout the day. And Paris will need to find a way to regain as we head over to a Colossus hardpoint. Again, for Paris, a lot of the damage in their hardpoint scores have come by way of what they've done on Den. But they have gotten a good look, at least early on, at what they did at Colossus. They played Vancouver there and beat them by almost 100. Whereas for Cloud9, just a single look at G2, it was a tight one. So, you know, again, just kind of looking at that ice, and especially looking at map number 1, I mean, again, we're less than half a second away from this being a 3-0 to Cloud9, which is surprising to say, but kind of keeps going along with the trend of anyone can beat anyone right now.
Yeah, and with Afro having a slow start at that, he was 6 and 17. You blink, he was 18 and 23 with Cloud9 having a lead. And what Afro just did in that last drive, you best believe he's not going to have a slow start here on Colossus. So, gentlemen, you need to get something. Who was it? It was Envoy early on into this game, but I'm looking at Neptune, Mr. McLeod, who the Des touched on it. Ever since it doesn't matter what roster he's on, he's improving their hardpoint gameplay. I feel like he's not playing up to his standards right now. He is letting himself down, and he knows it. So I'm expecting Neptune to go crazy here on this Colossus.
Really, it's been Nep and Sib combined. I mean, there's been a couple of moments where we've seen them you know, save rounds. I think it's supposed to save moments, I think in particular in that opening hard point for Sib. But you're right. I mean, in terms of putting yourself in a position to be a takeover player, that's what we expect from a player like Neptune. And we've really largely gotten it from Envoy this series. So we'll see how things go. Taking a look back at the road, again, this has been an interesting schedule because it's not an easy one by any stretch of the imagination. You start off versus, again, at that point, what I think everyone would say was probably the worst team in the CDL with Vancouver. Yeah. But then they lose to FaZe, which is a bit of a surprise. That was kind of the jump start to FaZe's Major 1 road so far. You take care of business versus LA, and now you're struggling a little bit versus Cloud9 with some decent opponents in front of you. I'm really, in particular, kind of looking forward toward that Toronto matchup. I think that'll be a really fun one as both teams have a lot of the same strengths.
Yeah, and also Falcons, too. Falcons have found themselves in really good form recently. Celium is unbelievable. Pred, the Xnid, like, they're just all figured it out at the right time. But that's a story for another day. You got to focus on this one right here because those matches become a lot more important if you lose this one here to C9. When you currently find yourself down 2-1, you're looking for some momentum, but to potentially force this game number 5, then you got to punch them in the mouth early. Like, you got to shut down C9 early, chain that P1 to P2, and make them play comeback a majority of this game.
As I say, put it behind the 8 ball early. I think I like that call. Nade's going to be cooked up here as Ghosty is able to find Vivid down low. Trade being sought after for Cloud9 doesn't work out. First 3 kills go the way of Paris, and that's going to be a lot of early time here on P1.
And you make sure you block those back spawns over towards blue, put all your focus over towards yellow, and force C9 now to hit some routes. The stuns and nades will be impactful early into the game because there are no trophy systems, but Ghosty dominating over towards Statue leads to another clean 4 dead. The ideal start the Genemates were looking for to start this map.
Yeah, 4-0 from Ghosty, holding Cloud9 back just a touch, but a couple of the kills come through, allow New York to get back in for the last 17 seconds. Follow up onto Envoy is good. So now you can start to run a little bit if you're Cloud9, but Sib steps in front, almost able to find both. At least enough damage to make the trade a little bit more simple, and it'll be a 23-8 scoreline heading over to P2.
And now it's a race over towards P2 because Paris Gentlemates, they get really aggressive through top mid, and now C9 take full advantage of it. 2 players are now going to spawn all the way across the map. Afro head on the swivel knows that it's a split spawn. We have to locate the final 2. You clear out the back end. Now all your focus is on the front, but Paris are here.
3 kills in the feet, just searching for the last one. Vivid trying to block spawns. All of Paris looking for him. Oh, Envoy doesn't get the win. Sid for the quick trade, but has to turn his head. But Ghosty up top, so good to make sure there's no quick follow-up from Cloud9, and Paris can come off the spawn and reestablish control.
Yeah, this is a good chunk of time to get as well. Neptune just trying to create an extra layer through Statue, only finds 1. Gets all the info that the pressure is still going to be on, though, because C9 don't want to give up this 20 for free. It's on Sid, almost lines up 3 in the feed, but should set up Mr. McLeod for this final kill. Almost a 50-point lead as we head over towards P3. Off the rotation, Paris are working through Bottom Green. They're going to be the team early on there again.
Yeah, you called this one perfectly, Jay. P1 to P2, perfect for Paris. Afro, the only one involved right now for Cloud9, but he's got help coming quickly. Beans able to find 1, but Afro just a little bit too much of a peek, gets taken out. Vivid trying to stay into contest, but not going to be allowed to. So now it's on to what timing does Mac want to hit off of this flank. He's going to find 1, but quickly trade it. Now you've got to pinch on the other side. It's Neptune making the play around this side. Nowhere for Beans to go, and this has been flawless so far for Paris.
Yeah, that's just a dirty pinch right there out of Neptune, making sure you're giving the comp to your teammates. Hard block, because I'm going to break them down. Cloud9 have yet to get close towards this P3. Now they're trying to rally their way through bottom tunnel, but here comes Mr. McLeod. Lines up another double. Still knows that there's pressure from the front end. Who cares? Ghosty's got you covered. Paris are not making any mistakes here on Colossus.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's building streaks right now. Feels like 80-point game. Could be worse than that. As we look over to P4, Afro able to find 1. I was about to say, if he loses that gunfight, Paris will win the rotation to next as well. But Afro will jump in, find a little bit of time for Cloud9. We'll have to defend this from the front. Here comes Paris, stun, nade, all of it hitting for Cloud9. They find the first 3. Ghosty a bit stuck in no man's land. That'll flip the spawns. Good moment here for Cloud9.
Yeah, that's big plays out of Afro. The sole man off the rotation is able to find 2, stall time, and now he's on 4 in a row with the spawns flip. So if you were looking for a moment to get yourself back into it, this is it. If you are C9, you have to capitalize on it, but you might not have a chance to think about it because Genemates have the back spawns. They're going to overwhelm you. They have top P1 control, and now this is a good chunk of time to walk away with.
About as quick as that break happened, it is responded in kind by Paris, and the lead continues to go back up towards about that 80-point mark. It's really tall hill to climb right now for Cloud9. Paris is frying, they're cooking, they're building some momentum. Let's jump aside and go to what Gentlemate's listening.
Outer still dead.
All good. They're all there.
Yep. Take our time here. You push it up P4. Push it up. Our stairs. One shot. Yo, one P4. Are you out P4? I'm gonna go left. I'm repping skate P4. Outer P4. I'm right. One get there. One get out. Our side you. Nice. Watch out. I need to push. I'm over right. There's 20 on you.
Spawning blue crate. Spawning blue crate.
P2 native. Hold bitch. I got it. Yo, P2 one shot P2. Absolute. Lane down. Nothing pitching.
One P2 really weak. P2 missing one tunnel.
Tunnel weak. Come here. They're top mid. One shot.
All good.
There's our lobby next to their side.
Come with me.
There's one lane down. Nice one. Yo, we're top mid and one statue probably.
Statue dead.
Go. Spawning blue crate.
Inner really weak. Inner weak.
Blue crate. One shot. I'll bump you. Side door. In the back. Afro.
Yeah, in back. He's in the back. He's dead. One more.
Nice. One shot. They're still there.
One in the back.
Last one's in the back. Afro has to be.
I'm coming in.
Shit on.
Get time. I have all front.
I have the right. I'm mid.
One
top mid. I don't see any top mid yet.
I saw your outer.
One's right though.
Yeah, right.
I have deep right. You can go short right.
Outer dill.
Nice.
Inner left side.
Inner not hit at all, bro.
Just help that.
I got it. We started me down. I'm waiting for you.
He can't ape. Detonating now.
Look top mid right now. Reach two of them. I up.
Huh?
Side door weak. Happy. Last two parts. Close. I saw him.
He's weak. Come bro. And outer.
I spawned out. Just live. Spawn back.
We counter. Easy.
All the back.
Dang.
Pick up time and I'll spawn back. Outer weak.
Side door dude.
Outer dead.
Watch out, side door again.
I'm waiting for you.
I'm here. I'm starting in the front. I better. Inner challenge. Inner again. Inner. Weak as fuck. Inner.
Weak inner.
Nice. Good job.
Missing.
He's gonna be new.
Yeah, he's gonna be new.
SCB bolayı ne?
They're spawning deep on us still. They're still spawning us.
You're spawning on you. Spawn out. I don't see you got hitting.
Wait. There's one over on you. Blue crate. One's blue crate.
One's deep on you. Dead.
Well, Jade, same as it ever was. I mean, it's just been continual beatdown after beatdown moment for Paris. Heading back over to P3, and the wind is just out of the sails of New York right now.
Yeah, they just have way too much pressure on the map. Everyone's whipping out an extra S&D at sometimes. Even Ghosty finds himself on 3 in a row. Make it 4. You win the rotation over towards P3. Last time they could have contested you here, but Vivid and Mac combined for 2, so might be the opening they were looking for, unless you can't trade Ghosty, and that seems to be the case because the guys is on fire. 7 in a row, Hellstorm earned.
Yeah, looking like we could be seeing some sort of 100-point club here if this continues. Neptune. Hello! A little bit too much of a bounce off the wall. But Sid picks up 2. Rotation looking pretty stable for the moment for Paris, but the spawns are a bit 50-50 split with this streak from Cloud9 on the bottom side of the map. Ghosty will be aware of that, and we're going to have a chance here for Paris to fight from the backside of the spawns.
Yeah, he's just going to contest this. You have Sim trying to set up the pinch through bottom tunnel, but Neptune finds the opening. Back spawn secured. We also have a Hellstorm just in case this break doesn't work. Vivid is able to find 2, trying to give Cloud9 some momentum as they are holding from the front. So far, so good.
Neptune, lots of damage. Pistol out. One more? No. Bean's able to find the double, but just too many Paris members resurging off of this respawn. Finally, Cloud9 can stabilize. But for how long? Ghosty already back up top. The rest of Paris hitting longer routes around the back. They can smell blood. And they do not want to allow Cloud9 to get any momentum cooking up here. But all of a sudden, this player on the back has been red, and that's all 4 down. Paris will be able to get over 100 points and make a move forward to see if they can get across the map. And the first 2 kills are theirs.
Okay, hold on. Colossus could be one of those maps where you can have an insane comeback. And so far, C9 are doing everything that they can to potentially write their own story on it. Still almost down by 100. You win the rotation over towards P1, but you're losing the key gunfights over towards Statue. Here comes Ghosty, flies on in, making a 2-2 split in the trades. And Neptune is just holding down Statue control until Paris hop in.
Yeah, Sim now establishes who's spawning where with that elimination onto Vivid. So every second becomes a dangerous one now. As Paris inch closer and closer to the finish line, Ghosty continues to lay in the damage. Beans Beans for 2. Maybe a chance to continue to contest, but Envoy's right there behind it for another 4-piece. And this is just looking like the Paris we've come to know. And for some love, as Beans will continue to give it his best go. Another double for him. He's on 4 in a row. Cloud9 not done yet, but definitely backs against the wall. They have to win this rotation anew.
And Beans got the razor out. Okay, he said Envoy. I saw you use it in 2025. Let me see if I can get something done with this. It shoots very quickly. It kills very fast. But at this point, only needed 14 seconds for the Gentlemates as they find every single kill off the rotation besides one. This should be the finishing touches here on map 4.
Sure looks that way. Gonna have to find some sort of a break from the front. And Cloud9 a little bit more concerned about where this pinch from Sib is coming, and no one's gonna even see the P2 hardpoint. Clean, composed, much more like it if you're a Paris fan. They're going to stretch us to our second map 5 of the evening, saying, I know, we see you guys, map 2, map 3, but we still got this. We still got this.
And it was Paris just doing exactly what they needed to. Chaining the P1 to the P2 early on, giving themselves a nice little cushion, but then also adding the P3 into the mix and growing at a 100-point lead, basically a majority of that game. They just ran their gills right there. That's all it was, Al. You can't keep up with the pressure. And everyone on the side of the Gentlemates were running an SMG. And when you're winning those gunfights, when you're out-rotating them, out-fundamentally playing them, that's just how easy Colossus looks sometimes. We got another game 5. We got another.
Yeah, sure do. Sure do. Numbers across the board. It's hard to pick one to look at because, let's be honest, everyone was popping, but Ghosty ends up 33 and 23. 27 of those are non-traded. That's the number that really stands out to me. I mean, once he gets running with this team, they're a hard squad to stop. Map manipulation continues to be really strong for Paris overall, but this time their ability to string one hill into the other, just too much to overcome for Cloud9, who, again, based on the stat lines, like not the worst showing from anyone in the world, but it's just how quickly this game got out of hand. It just makes it so tough to come back on, and you called that at the top of this map, Jay. Just put these guys behind the 8 ball. Come out swinging if you're Paris, and they did just that.
Yep, and now you got to go into a game 5 with the Gentlemates having all momentum. On a map like Exposure, where a sniper will be felt, you cannot allow Beans to have that same exact impact. He's single-handedly shutting down sites. He's single-handedly installing fear in all of your players. You can't allow him to be that comfortable on a game number 5. And I know that Cloud9 are thinking, no way we're going to be in this position again, potentially going to lose it. Can't worry about that. Need to have ice in this game 5.
See how things go, my friend. We have a barn burner on our hands. It's been tight map after tight map until we got to that Colossus. So we'll see what Exposure brings us as we head back to it for map 5. Search, upset, looking clean possibly for the day. See if Paris can battle when we come back.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL. Start the season strong with the 2026 Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator by scanning the QR code on screen or check it out in the Call of Duty store in-game now. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Back down, 1 HP. Back down. I'm lay down. I can do nothing for you. Back time still? Stand across. Behind you. Give me that.
Oh, if I just go heli that round, man. They won't do that shit.
But early in our 7th circle here, there's still 30 teams left. You don't have any resources. Get to the zone if you can. Win your gunfight. Maze somehow sneaks through. You see a lone newbie Spartan running around like a chicken with his head cut off. There are so many squads. This is unprecedented. Being able to see this from the Codcaster is so special. There's our first moving zone.
Oh my god.
Go, Rose. Go, 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 go.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah!
Oh my god.
They're doing it! It's insanity!
They got the ball though!
Oh my god! Take the round of justice. No! We can score for free!
Oh my god, take the f*** down!
Oh my god!
What just happened?
Wait, what?
Why did the BZ just do that?
Overload's the greatest mode in Call of Duty history. Overload's the greatest game mode in Call of Duty history.
Sick ladder grab I've
What
ever
did they
seen.
do?
Skies dies, and then in a 3v4, effectively, New York subminers slid on through.
You just the staircase. We're gonna be getting pinched. I have no ammo. I have no ammo. I have to push up.
Yeah, you just
Dead. Umbrellas.
And just don't line up with me.
I have no ammo, bro.
Dude, that's so tough, bro.
I have no ammo, bro.
Magnificent. Miami take the lead. They're trying to close it out.
Cell first kill's good though, but Miami battle back. They've got themselves the trade. Oh, it's just down to Cell with the what? Oh, he's gonna get all four. Atlanta are gonna reinforce the hard point first. Miami, no trophy systems are locked in place by stuns. Oh, it's an absolute breakdown by the end as Cell finishes on 5 to steal away the map. Welcome back, all you crazy COD fans. We've got ourselves a map 5 and a potential for more upsets on the day. Woo! This is going to be a fun one. Exposure, search, and destroy Cloud9. We're mere fractions of a second away from super successful in First Bloods. Sib, the biggest victim of that. Neptune not too far behind him, but it was like 9-2 in favor of Cloud9 for First Bloods. So can that be the case here again? On the flip side, what Paris was so successful in doing in 3v4s was flipping the map around and still making Cloud9 feel a little bit trapped. Where they have had it in this series, not just in the search, but we could also talk about their map control across the hard points. Let's find out. We got map number 5 for Paris in New York. Let's go with Paris on the opening attack.
And Sib is going to be trying to set the zone early on with this snipe. Cover fire over towards Solar. Both teams just getting a feel out of what's getting thrown at them. Misses the shot onto Afro, gets the info. Now, how do Paris use that info to their advantage?
Just trying to find pixels. Sib not going to be challenged again. Cloud9 happy to essentially just keep both defenders back behind B. Got to rotate, kind of fill the gap man and Mac over mid. And Bean's actually going to kind of join him here. So kind of giving up bottom dirt right now is Cloud9 with only 45 seconds on the clock. They're feeling that this has to be something through mid or something up top towards B.
Yeah, they're trying to work this objective over towards A, but Mac is in a position to shut it down early on. Instant trade there from Mr. McLeod. 35 seconds and counting, trying to find kill number 2. Team shots and the Semtex makes it a 3v1.
Wow, what a stick. Neptune got that read as he jumped on through the window.
And
now it's just down to Vivid. And he is stuck essentially on the wrong side of the map for this. I think he sees Ghosty up top, but yeah, this is going to be a bomb plant and a tough 1v3 as he tries to exit. He runs right into the final Paris member. And look at the gentlemen for the races here in the first round rather.
That's well played there from the Gentlemates. Just get a feel out of what was being thrown at them. Take space all around the map. You had low dirt, thinking that the A-bomb would be free to get the objective down, but once he falls, an instant trade, and at that point, C9 was just stuck on the back foot. Trapped in their building. The team shot's good enough for the first, and the Semtex timing onto Mr. Afro. His hair must be pretty big, and that sticks to his forehead there for the first round for Paris.
Yeah, nice moment there from Neptune. Just the setup. I mean, Ghosty's the one who gets that kill up top through the window. So great support coming from the team of how they want to attack. But this round, it's nades that tell the story. Afro's actually lucky to be alive right there. It looked like a double nade, perfectly synced up for Paris. Comes through for first blood, and now Cloud9 right off the gates. Got to work with 3v4.
Yeah, and on a map like Exposure, it's only going to slow down your play call here in a man disadvantage. You get info and you're able to get the kill onto Mr. Neptune. That should not be the case. You got to value your life a whole lot better, but 3v3.
I mean, that's just a little bit wide of a shoulder, but that's a laser beam from Vivid.
It is.
So now Sib is a little bit on an island. He sees one cross through tank, pistols out. He somehow gets the win versus Mac, and now he's got help from Ghosty. Are we joking? Absolutely unreal. So now it's just down to Vivid for another 1v3 opportunity.
Bomb is going to be down over towards B side as well, and Paris is just willing to give it up. Hey, you can get it down. You got to kill all three of us, but it's a lot easier now with Ghosty dropping for free. If he gets his bomb down without getting contested, this becomes a lot more difficult, but he should be spotted. Jumps right into the pre-hit, makes it a 1v1, but Sib, thankfully he got 3 bodies up still. Able to be the last man standing. Paris up 2-0.
Maybe a little bit too close for comfort, but
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Paris, first blood success rate has been solid for them. Cloud9 need to put together a response, and you'd like to do it sooner rather than later. Here's a look at those nades. And I think it may just be Sib is the only one tossing one. Yeah, sure looked like it. So that's just a single nade that comes over the top from
No,
Sib.
that's what happens. Because Beans is throwing his nade, so his nade in the process gets blown up by Sib's nade. So that counts for 2 nades. And even with flag checking, you're going to die for the first blood. That's got to be a tough one there for Beans.
Sib trying to look for something down towards dirt. Stun check up top will land, I believe, onto Mac. And yeah, a little bit of extra confirmation as Mac throws his shoulder over towards the side alley. Neptune in some trouble, fighting back. Nice little tag. Off screen, Mac does eventually get tallied by Sib, and then the help to make sure the mid-map stays safe for Paris is clean. They've got a 4v2 early.
Yeah, and you instantly probably want to get this objective down because you already had info on at least one player through mid-cut. But Sib, the best player on Exposure Search and Destroy at watching the pinch. Kill number 5 in a row. 1v4 now for Vivid, and he gets cut down. Paris are dominating here in the game 5.
Clean. I mean, Cloud9 cannot get anything going at all. After we saw them in map 2 doing so well in the first 30 seconds, it has not been the same story here on Exposure. Neptune even getting it. Where good isolation on the Mac to start. I think that's where obviously you kind of keep your focus initially, but the help for Paris has been really supreme. And if that last round was like, okay, we need to see something from Cloud9, this one is absolutely that times 10. We have to see something from Cloud9, likely resulting in a round win.
Yeah, this needs to be a must win right here. Gotta figure out your strategy to get on the board, and that might be it. Sib gets picked off by Beans with the perfect angle on the side of P4 building. You got the first blood, you got free clearance over towards B. Let's just get it down.
Vivid watching the mid-cut. Afro playing bodyguard over the top of the site. Paris gonna rewrap behind through their spawn and see if they can catch any info. A couple of tags on the Mac. Can they follow up on the damage though? Mac just continues to slide and use the bomb as a bit of a heady. He's got Haffer on top of the solar panels. Nice shots from Ghost. They find the first, and he gets a second. Mac in some trouble, will drop. Oh no. Beans has got to go to try to get there. He doesn't have an angle on this bomb. Moves quickly, but Ghosty's already got it past halfway. Pistol out, trying to find the bomb diffuser. Not going to happen. Paris bounced back in another odd man situation to find a win.
Yeah, that's just the post plant setup that just gets broken down by Dan Ghosty. Slides onto the balcony, finds the first blood. The team shot's good for the second, and you just overwhelm them with pressure because you're thinking in a 4v3, we should always have the man up. But Beans is playing on the opposite side of the map with a sniper pistol. Paris, they know exactly all that information gained already. So once they find that third kill on the site, don't waste any time. Let's hop the objective and catch him with his pants down. An easy retake for the Genomates, even man down.
Nades over the top, Mac, Vivid both found, and Afro, who commits on the play to try to follow up late, is already traded, and woof. Blink and you miss it. Cloud9 trying something different, absolutely nothing there. And all of a sudden, Paris essentially say, forget about the density, and the tension in those first 3 maps. We're running away with this from here on out.
Yeah, they're just playing with the utmost confidence. They are running and gunning them to shreds right through the middle of the map. Finding so much success in that first blood category. Already had the ice. We saw it in map number 2. But this is flawless so far, man. Flawless. It doesn't get any better than this. 1 round away from closing it out.
What do you even go to in the playbook right now for Cloud9?
Beans a little bit of a jump off top ring, seeing if he can scout anyone top window. Delayed stun also comes up empty. So Cloud9 maybe feeling like they can get a little bit of setup here through mid. Paris working over towards tank side. Have avoided Vivid. Do they catch timing as they make their play forward? There's the bomb plant. Mac out of there. Afro finds Sid, but Envoy on 4 in a row. Smokes himself to safety. We go 3v3.
Trying to locate these players over towards dirt side. Ghosty's able to at least find one. 2v2, 30 seconds to go. Vivid is not going to be in this play. So it's all out just making sure no one's going to be in a defuse, but someone eventually has to check.
Envoy, timing up and over, not going to work out as Vivid is coming back to the bomb. Ghosty now by himself with the 1v2, finds the first. Pistol out, looking desperately for Vivid. Cannot find him, and the clock will expire on this 1v2 clutch chance. Cloud9 on the board, but a long road in front of him.
And that's a big kill for Ghosty. Even though the rest of this game might not go on for that long, but he is on 6 in a row. A little more scoring, he can earn himself a Hellstorm, but finally C9 New York able to get one on the board. All out aggression through the middle of the map, complete blind counter to what the setup was on the side of Paris. You get the objective down, you find the first blood, and then you just stall out time. You put one on the board, but you need a lot more.
Well, first and foremost, you have to be able to survive. The nades have been on an absolute nail for Paris. Ghosty on 6 in a row. A little bit of info onto Beans. Feeling some freedom here with the sniper likely out of pocket, but Afro still finds first blood. That was Envoy trying to stretch across the middle of the map. Extra damage from the nades, but that's a 4v3 secured for Cloud9. Make it a 4v2 as Vivid finds another.
Now, there's no need for anyone to try to be a superhero, but the wall bang's good enough for Ghosty to earn himself that Hellstorm. So even in the 2v4, you still got a chance here. Can you stall out time for Neptune to work this super flank? Is he just looking at the map, enjoying the scenery? Where are you, Net?
He's looking for somebody in the back of the defensive spawn, but little to his knowledge, Cloud9 has pushed super far forward and now have a Bermuda Triangle surrounding this bomb. Good shots on to Vivid, but following up on that damage is a different story. Nade over the top, just a little bit too tall. Stun also comes up empty, and a little bit of support from Afro makes this pretty unwinnable. The Neptune gave it a fight. So a couple in a row here for Cloud9, but now they have to battle up against finding 4 in a row and surviving through a Hellstorm in the process.
Yeah, the Hellstorm is the biggest thing, man. It's got to be your main focus, because now Paris can defend everything over towards that A site, dominate mid-map control, and basically force you to one side of the map. But this is last play call for C9 to avoid that Hellstorm, or we're slow and steady, pick them apart, wait for the Hellstorm to come in, because this is the round that's definitely going to get invested.
See how they set it up. Paris on the defense. Cloud9 for the moment stacked together. Trophy system to keep them safe. See the double stack, little high-low in main control here for Paris. If Afro slides through this, he is likely toast. And yeah, that's the case. No follow-up there. Paris will have first blood for V3.
This is where the Hellstorm comes on in, so now you're going to force them indoors. You're going to have the information on every single player. If you're Paris, you can take a lot of space away. You're going to send it through dirt, try to isolate this player in towards the tube, and Bean should drop like a fly without getting anyone 4v2.
Yeah, Neptune, perfect timing to find Mac. Trying to get back to the play. Vivid, the last one standing for a 1v4. Gets the first long jump and a huge slide, though. I think that's from Neptune. Finishes things off. So it's a tight opening, and then map 4 and map 5 happen. And it's just Paris taking care of business. And that now makes 3 map 5 losses for Cloud9 New York. Heartbreak after heartbreak. And again, the biggest story about this series, you are one piggy toe of contest on P4 away from getting a 3-0 versus Paris. But they get that final tick, and yeah, you can start to see the frustration setting in across the player cams for Cloud9.
It's got to be so devastating, man. The Game 5 horrors keep on haunting them. This is an early start from the Genomates is way too late to try to fight your way back into the game because they gained all the momentum. They only needed to find 4 first bloods, but when they found those first bloods, they were instantly winning those rounds. When they did it, they were making up for those numbers instantly with a trade. Paris just a little bit more prepared on exposure. They did have 1 rep on it in 2025. C9 have yet to play it in an official match. But the Game 5 heroics on the side of Paris as a collective unit, everyone was on point, man. Civ started off 5-0 with the snipe. He didn't allow Beans to get comfortable at all. And Paris, just like you said, take care of business in those final 2 maps to walk away with this one.
Yeah, this one, maybe more than the other map 5 losses, is going to feel extra tough for Cloud9.
Oh, yeah.
Just due to the fact that, again, you're literally 1 extra half of a second of contest away at any point of the map from having the free rotation back to P1 and 3-0ing Paris. And that would have completely bamboozled everyone in terms of possible power rankings, standings, but Paris, the expected winner, comes away with an unexpected win in certain regards as we head back to the desk to clean us up for the day.
We all called Paris. We just thought it would be a 3-0, and it was almost a 3-0 going the other way. So let's start here with the overall discussion. How far behind truly is Cloud9 from the big 4 or 5? Because we said Paris Gentlemates was in that top tier.
I don't think they're that far based on what they've shown. 3 map 5 losses, but again, I mean, probably should have been a 3-0, right? I mean, just a hell of a contest at that P4 out of Paris. Sid makes some big plays, a couple of mistakes out of Cloud9, but I don't know. In a game like this, in Call of Duty, it's all about sort of just the little details. That's really it. That is the difference maker at times, and well, it shows once again.
250, 249, 6-5, and then a 5-4 game of overload. That all led up to a beatdown in the second half. Let's take a look here at the final search and destroy, because Dan Ghosty had some fun. He earns himself a Hellstorm, and his friends, well, they were scoring alongside him. What was the difference from search and destroy the first time around to this map?
Yeah, well, Beans' impact was not felt on this final map, especially with the sniper in hand, right? Getting rid of that early. And then you saw like the adjustments later on where Cloud9 decided, all right, screw it. Our offensive pushes, we're just going to start trying to take mid, get pushed up, and they were finding a little bit more success, but it was just a little bit too late. And, you know, prior to the series, you asked me about this Cloud9 team, and I kind of said, I feel like in every series, they're going to be competitive because of the roster that they have. Yeah. They have very streaky players, as Joe mentioned, and they just falter at the very end. Now 3 Game 5 losses, like they just have to figure out a way to emulate their early series success in these Game 5s.
And I don't know if it was a difference of just like Paris on exposure versus Colossus or vice versa, because it just feels like Cloud9 looks so comfortable on Colossus, where here, especially on their attack, Cloud9, they just look lost. Like this last round, like Afro just sliding in, solo challenge, no stun, no nade bottom door. You're giving
We
up.
call that a raw push, right, Joe?
I mean, we call that I mean, just
and then
a throw.
Same thing, even on like some of their defensive rounds, just like flanking and dying a Sib with a sniper. It's like, that's just not the way
It's a map pool.
you isolate a sniper. So they'll learn from it. I mean, Genomates, one of the best teams in the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
You could have just 3-0'd them. Like, that was a miraculous map 1 win by Genomates.
Let's find out just how close this series was from the boys from the Gentlemates. We have Envoy, world champion, joining us live. Hey there, handsome.
How we doing, Bucket?
Doing real good. Today, you guys kept us in the office much longer than we expected. We thought a 3-0 was incoming, but you guys were almost on the losing end of that. Talk me through the first half of this series. Why was it so close?
Yeah, I mean, I think today, like, we just weren't playing our game, losing a lot more gunfights than normal, and maybe just butterflies of getting back into the matches. So definitely really sloppy from us. Cloud9 put up a good fight, but end of the day, we took the dubs, so gotta be happy about that.
Yeah, you say it's sloppy, but this was also one of the best hardpoint teams prior to the break as well. Right. You guys still win both those HPs. So I kind of want to ask you, how are you guys so far ahead in hardpoint right now? What have you been doing?
I think this is a weird one. Every year, I feel like everyone forgets how to play HP beginning of the game. So just focusing on the fundies. You know, this mode's been around for forever, and yeah, just scoring a lot of points. I don't know, soaking 60s and making good plays attributes to wins. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, close map 1, but map 4 they got absolutely stomped.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the hard points. Now I want to focus on Game 3. I know you've always been a huge Game 3 guy, the swing game. But I mean, obviously overload, but exposure. Now 0-2 for you guys. Close, almost a crazy comeback. But what little details do you guys need to work on this map moving forward?
I think for us, it's a lot of just playing ahead in the mode. I mean, I think we were losing a lot more gunfights than we usually do, like I kind of started off saying, but it's just having good flow, manipulating the spawns. But I think we've been overall really good in practice, so I think we just got to work on it in the matches, and we'll be fine.
Envoy, if there was a push-up contest amongst the gentlemates, who would win?
I mean, come on. Sib is going to win, man. This guy's going to the gym. Probably the only one of us. So,
guys working.
I got Sib on that one.
Cars, bro.
Well done, Sibulin.
This is Vin Diesel.
This guy's literally family.
Always the family. Envoy, thank you for being family here on the CDL.
Thank you. Go Bears.
Yeah,
go Bears. Let's go. Yeah. Hour away.
We're getting fired up. Finishing the show just in time. Shout out to our boys in Carolina. They got a win in multiple positions so far. It's looking good on day number 2. But we got to recap what happened here on the beginning of the day. It was Optic coming in. Match of the weekend going up against Vegas FaZe.
They got slammed.
And guess what? My guy Wheeler told me that Sip's team was going to win. Guess what happened, Mert?
They did win.
They did win.
They dominated, honestly. I mean, we talked about the ARs of the FaZe side needing to step up, and they did. All the talk about Aluka, when is he coming in the lineup, and may not happen.
They got the Zaza. They don't need Aluka right now.
May not happen quite. And then Simp, I mean, this guy just, I don't know. Obviously, map 1 didn't have the performance, but map 2 and 3, takeover mode. They went the best 5-man roster in the history of the game. No doubt about it. Yeah, this FaZe team, I think you have a real argument to be best in the world, and especially when you're playing Respawn like that, couple it with what this team is obviously going to be capable of in Search all year long, they're a danger to win any tournament that they go to. So FaZe Vegas feeling great.
I'll be honest, the coolest story for me is Optic can bleed. It's been shown now in the league. We have a number of teams that are now vying for that #1 seed going into the Texas lane. Let's take a look, though, at a squad we thought was going to be in trouble. It was Surge, who started off 0-3. We thought this might be 0-4. TJ coming in, and his impact is felt in Surge.
I mean, not only 0-3, 0-9 in map down. Obviously, very struggling. Then you go down 0-2. Like, props to these guys, because, I don't know, it's just not doing well. Vibes have to be off, but doesn't matter. TJ brings them back. They win the overload. And then really the staple in map number 5, that 4 versus 2 with him and Abe. Just unreal stuff from those guys. Great to see them get on the
That's a crazy point. 11 losses in a row to start your season, and then they just complete a reverse sweep. Yeah.
And it was also like, it felt like after they won that overload, they're like, oh, hold on. Chest started pumping a little bit. Like, wait, we're here to play. And they were in control the entire dead hardpoint, like from start to finish. And like Joe said, I mean, 2v4s, you win 6-1 in the game 5. Hey, man, there's a lot of parity in the league. There are no easy wins. None.
Lunars had the ice. Gwyn was vibing with Abe, with TJ back in the lineup, but these two had the best numbers on the day. Half of that Zod duo. Abuza dropping the numbers as the Belgium puts up 9,000 damage. He has a plus 21 performance on the other side. Dan Ghosty, we highlighted him at the start of the day as a top 2 number across 5 categories.
Yeah.
I think he might have improved with today's performance.
Yeah, he might be the best AR in the game right now, at least in hardpoint. He has been going off just turns strength to schedule. Yeah, it feels like you have to give it to Dan right now. Like, as good as Mercules has been, well, now the loss comes in, but again, just who they're playing against. I agree.
Yeah. Let's take a look at our numbers. Where do your 12 teams shape up after 3.5 weeks? Let's take a look. We've got Optic, 3-1, right there with Gentlemates and FaZe, who now moves up into a top 3 position. Falcons sitting at 3-2, done for a minute, and we'll see Koi and LA Thieves in action tomorrow. This is a matchup I know everyone's fired up for, as everyone wants to know who's going to finish in the top 8. Looking at that right side, Joe, Royal Ravens, Cloud9, G2, Heretics, Surge. Who has the best chance to finish in the top 8 for you?
I mean, we'd have to look at, like, the schedules.
Let's just go by power rankings. Ignore the future and the math.
I think Miami, and honestly, I'll go G2.
I like those calls.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, Cloud9. I'm looking at G2 plays FaZe in Toronto, so maybe not the best call out of me. Cloud9 and Boston play each other, which is going to be a massive match, like implications-wise. And then Cloud9 they also have to go up against the Falcons. And what we see from Cloud9, they're going to a game 5. Yeah. Like, will they win? So they still have an opportunity to move on up. And
Whether or not Carolina stay consistent, who knows?
Let's take a look here. Day 3 of week 3. It'll be Carolina Royal Ravens taking on Minnesota, as you mentioned. Optic Texas takes on Vancouver, who gets their first win today. And LA Thieves versus Toronto Koi. We are saving the banger for 6 p.m. Eastern. Closing out week 3 with a bang. Merc, it has been a blast having you here on the desk. What did you learn today?
I learned that TJ's the man.
TJ's the man.
Yeah.
Order yourself some cookies, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for Fantastic Sunday.
Go Bears.
Bom, galera, esse foi o nosso evento do dia. Lembrando a todos vocês, nós vamos estar aqui diário com todos os eventos que aparecerem aqui no canal. E não só isso, vamos estar trazendo para vocês também o terceiro dia amanhã aqui no canal. Fique ligado. Deixo vocês aqui com os melhores momentos. E já venho para despedir com o placar dos jogos de amanhã. Já volto já. Ok, agora sim. Olha os números aí na tela. Em alguns momentos. Mas também lembrando vocês, amanhã teremos uma surpresa maravilhosa na live de amanhã. Fique ligado aqui no canal. Vamos seguir vendo os momentos engraçados dos caras aqui. Agora sim. Aí tá os times com resultados que vamos ter para amanhã, no mesmo horário, no canal, às 7 da noite. Começamos com este episódio. Fique ligado amanhã, aqui no canal, no mesmo horário, logo depois de um fifinha, né? Ok, então por aqui então. Mas antes de despedir, tenho que mostrar para vocês o nosso Instagram.
Pesquisar janela. Iniciar. Recomendado. Opções de Face.
É importante mostrar nosso
Professional
Face.
Dashboard.
Para me acompanharem e nos seguirem. Também, a partir de amanhã, teremos um novo anúncio.
Explorador. Início explorador. Instagram
Não sobre
janela.
nosso Instagram
Instagram
e nosso
documento.
Face que estão aqui na
Botão
tela.
gráfico. Foto by Marquitos presente. Exibição de tarefa. Exibição de
Também
tarefa.
teremos
Uma área de
nosso
trabalho. Visão. Face. 5.000.
Canal de Telegram e nosso canal do WhatsApp. Então, vou ficando então por aqui então. Voltamos amanhã no próximo vídeo. Valeu, falou. E eu fui até o próximo. Tchau, tchau.
Iniciar janela. Pesquisar janela. Recomendado. OBS. Tela greja. Interromper.